Hello, everybody, and welcome to GDQ Hotfix, and welcome to the second episode of the Hotfix Gauntlet. My name is Listar, and I'll be your host. Well, we have our contestants face off in head-to-head combat, where we give them 5 different states in 5 different games, wild, random games, and then say, meet this goal. You may be hearing a specific game that's a hint about something we'll be seeing. Before we get into that, I do want to give a few announcements about GDQ in general. Tomorrow, we have Hobbs and Keys. They've had enough playing against other people in the Gauntlet this week because they will be playing later. They've set aside their differences and will play a cooperative game on the first step tomorrow. Come see them play Biped co-op tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern. And for more information about all of our Hotfix shows, feel free to go to gamesdonequick.com/hotfix for more info. And of course, as you know, Hotfix is brought to us by viewers like you, so all of your bits, that helps us showcase amazing runners and amazing shows like Gauntlet. I feel like it's a little bit silly to say this show that I'm making is amazing, but you know what? I'm full of myself, so I'm gonna do that. We have our other host here, Xandra Vandra, joining once again for another exciting day of Gauntlet. How are you doing, Xandra?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm super excited. We have a huge list of great games and great runners today. I know you're excited because one of them is a very good friend of yours.
Absolutely. This whole event is full of wonderful people, but it's also been really, really cool to get to introduce some friends I know from slightly different circles into this whole thing. And gosh, I'm just so excited to see the match tonight.
So, who are our 2 contestants for this first match, Xandra?
So I believe we have Tina Hacks, who should be well known by lots of people. And also we have Andy McClure, also known as MCC, who is, she has been making a version of a SNES emulator to let people play Link to the Past in co-op with item sharing and a whole bunch of stuff. She makes games. She's also been streaming a lot of very interesting old games. It's just great to see some game dev, part of my game dev sphere, get to really get into the GDQ scene.
That's exciting. Many of our contestants are people who are well known for blind racing or speedrunning, but this is also, for fun. We invite people who want to come have fun, play fun games, and experience interesting or weird games, or maybe even games they know a lot about. I know you mentioned Link to the Past, and we can hear some Link to the Past. Our first state will involve Link to the Past. Well, if they choose it, that is. Both of our contestants for our first match, Tina and Andy, they both speedrun Link to the Past, so it'll be very exciting to see how they handle that. It'll almost be like a speedrun race, except slightly twisted on its head. All right, well, it seems like we're about ready to get going. Are you ready, Xandra?
I would have said, I'm always ready. No, that's not the case. Yeah, I'm ready in this case, absolutely.
Let's announce our states for today and our games. So for our first match, we do have Link to the Past, where we are starting them just out of the desert. It's the desert palace, right?
No, actually, I've been a little bit nicer.
Oh.
We are starting them on Death, at the top of Death Mountain.
Gotcha. So at the top of Death Mountain, and the goal is to defeat Moldorm. Looks like we're ready, and let's get going.
All right.
So, yep, unshockingly, both of them are going for Link to the Past first. Our other 5 states, by the way, are Castlevania, Defeat Death, Pac-Man 2, The New Adventures, it's back once again, get through an auto-scroller segment, Super Mario 64, get 100 coins, and Yonoid, beat 1 level. So both of our contestants jumping straight first into uh-oh.
Straight
Is
version to
Tina...
death, but the wrong game. You're supposed to be death in Castlevania, I think.
Yes. Did I say Castlevania? Did I not say Castlevania?
I was just making a reference to like the to Link dying and the death being in the other. I'm trying to make some humor. I don't mind me.
What? Why would we make humor on the internet? Tina appears to be having some technical difficulties.
Oh no. Well, MCC is making short work of the coffee break room. I keep forgetting that when I've played Link to the Past Randomizer so much, I keep forgetting that when you're playing the actual game, you kind of have to go through here. Also, I'll say I mean, I've been trying to like be as nice as possible while making these states, but for this one, I did like avoid all possible health upgrades on the way to this spot, and I made sure to. I mean, I didn't refill the health on the way in, so they do start this state with 3 hearts. But given that this is like, I don't know, it's Tower of Hera, Moldurm is not the most damaging boss. It tends to be like more of a, you know, a geometry style thing, like pushes you down.
Offline. I think her internet died.
Oh no!
We're gonna have MCC pause for a moment while we get Tina's internet back up.
Oh. Link died, and then like whoever Belmont has to face death, and now internet is dead. This is maybe a little bit too death heavy for the first match.
It's a little too much. Isn't that just the case? Everything was working perfectly fine. We were literally like, "Are you ready?" And then she's like, "Yeah," and then we're like, "Okay, 3, 2, 1, go!" And then she disappears immediately.
Oh no.
What have I done? Probably nothing. But I'll take the blame anyway.
I mean, butterfly effect, we all played a part in everything that happens.
This is true. If all else fails, you can blame it on me.
We should probably blame other things though. In this specific case, I don't think.
All else fails. Give us a few moments, friends. We're going to try to get Tina's internet back up. If we can't, we'll see what we can do. Don't go anywhere. Hey, friends. How's it going?
Hey,
Are you all... Hey, what's up?
Hey, did you ever notice that when you're staring at a clock, time seems to slow down or even stop a little bit?
Yeah, like, I was staring at that for, like, a good 30 seconds, and it didn't seem to move once. At least that's what it felt like to me.
But strangely, thanks to time dilation, I think we might be out of the woods.
I think so. Literally, Tina's entire building just went down. Just done. And we were like, I don't know what we're gonna do. But it looks like, although things are still a little hectic behind the scenes, people are getting ready, so we will have our match.
Hopefully, yes.
Hopefully, we'll have our match without, everything going down again. If need be, we'll just postpone it to the second match. We're still getting things set up right now, but let me give a quick announcement on what it is we're really doing here. Basically, the gauntlet is we give them 5 save states and say, play this game to beat a specific goal. So, for example, Link to the Past, kill Moldorm. Pretty simple. Most of the time, every time we'll make sure that they have the same level of general knowledge. So both of these people speedrun it. So, seems pretty fair to us. And the idea is try to get as many points as you can in the 30-second time limit. Our first match today is Tina versus MCC. We are trying desperately to get this to work. We're having some more technical issues, apparently, because now MCC's retro arc is crashing. This is cursed.
It's okay though. We know why MCC's RetroArch is crashing. It's a known issue, so
Okay.
we have people working on it.
Okay.
Lovely people helping us.
Did I say 30 seconds? It's a 30-minute time limit.
Let's just go.
I'm
30
sorry.
seconds now. Bam.
No, I'm so frazzled. Oh my gosh, you have no idea. I'm so. And then our second match today is going to be the venerable Author Blues versus Kizaron. So that'll be super exciting. Both of them have told me that they're on the record saying that they hate me for choosing the games that I chose for them. So that'll be very excited for that.
Let's see, what else we got? Who's our third match?
Who is our? Oh, that would be Blasphemous Roar versus Ariel.
Ooh.
Blasphemous Roar runs the mystery tournament, so that'll be super exciting.
Oh,
And
heck yeah.
Ariel plays in mystery tournament and Puso Grande, but to be honest, she's just a friend. She's not like everyone else is like running a bunch of them. And Ariel, I think, is only running one. And I was like, "Are you all playing this?" She's like, "Sure." So it'll be very fun to see how that goes.
Yeah, I mean, that's how invitationals work. We're still, like, working out this concept. We're, like, you know, we're learning. There's, like, inherent, like, failure and stumbles. So it's important to, like, yeah, like, hey, you want to help us out? Just learn this and, like, just take it through its first steps. And everyone's just, like, everyone's just been great so far.
We gotta put her on a crash course. And, I mean, since clients are literally crashing right now, I think this works. I think this fits.
Yeah.
Okay, looks like we're ready to go.
Woo!
Let's hope for no more catastrophic failures. Good luck, friends.
No whammies.
And once again, they're both going for Link to the Past.
Of course. Got a Moldorm.
Internet has not crashed in the first, 8 seconds, so looks like we're good. I should not have said that. So yeah, they are both relatively well versed in Link to the Past, so they know what they're doing. It'll be very exciting to see. Because in a way, it's basically just a race, except it's like, hey, you're racing Link to the Past, but we're only telling you what you're racing 2 minutes before the race starts.
Yep. And I was saying before, I was like I was a tiny bit less kind than I could have. They're starting at 3 hearts into this dungeon. I have purposefully not picked up any health ups during the run, aside from those you have to. So it's like, it's a decent challenge for anyone who's like experienced with the game. It's like, oh, that's okay. Yeah, let's just go. And also, this is Moldorm, who's not a very damaging boss, but a very infuriating, slightly RNG boss. So
very frustrating. Will knock you off the platform boss.
Ever played Chicken with Moldorm? It's always very entertaining.
All I can think of with Moldorm is I watched a lot of Link's Awakening speedruns, the new one, and he looks like an evil cursed burger.
Oh, I would suggest not to eat the cursed burger.
The burger worm.
Oh, burger worm is like even worse. That's such an awful.
He's like the nasty Patty from SpongeBob.
Please don't feed the burger worm.
They're actually neck and neck. This is actually really exciting. This is the first time any of the runners. Well, this is extremely neck and neck. This is the first time the 2 racers have actually both speed ran the game. It probably won't be the last time, though.
Yeah, I mean that's the great thing is like it has to be balanced. So if both players know the game, great. If neither player knows the game, also great.
I can't wait till after this when they have to start playing Yo Noid, which neither of them know, and it'll just be like, oh, these are 2 extremely competent players, and then they fling themselves at Yo Noid. Oof.
I've always been curious. I need to find a copy of the game, the original game that Yo Noid was a localization of.
Yeah, that game is really fascinating.
Like, you play some sort of ninja, I think?
I believe so. I think you have a bird.
Yeah. Right. Will the cursed burger be good to us?
So we take out the Borbor food. And with fighter sword as well,
Ooh.
so
Yep. I mean, yeah. Yep. The Tina's using some really interesting like dash strats. That's neat.
yeah, Tina's been doing a lot of, I would call them harrowing tactics, but they've definitely got her a solid lead in this fight, I think. Ooh. And Tina's got it. Tina with the first point.
Heck yeah.
Good stuff.
No.
Oh,
So
no.
close.
At least you didn't get knocked down in multiple flights. That can happen, right? I'll be honest, I don't play much Link to the Past. I am a Genesis person.
I played a lot of Link to the Past, especially the randomizers, and oh,
Yes!
here we go. It's
Totally!
Noid time.
It's Noid time!
Is this an ice level?
This is an ice level. This level is evil. I can't beat this level. So, Yo Noid is a fascinating video game.
Why is Hockey Goofy so mean?
He's a bear. He's a cute bear friend.
There we go. MCC's done it.
MCC's got it. So it's 1-1. Tina is just slightly, but you have no idea at this point how this could go. I don't know. It's anyone's game still.
Yep.
I'm excited to see what MCC is up to next.
Ooh, Mario 64.
Mario
so
64.
what's the goal in this one?
The goal is to... Oh. What the... That state is not in the correct location. How did that happen?
Where is it supposed to be?
New goal! Beat Bowser! It's supposed to be in Rainbow Ride.
Okay, let's go!
That is incredible! Okay, I have no idea why that happened.
Okay.
Okay.
I
New goal,
love
beat
that
Bowser.
MCC just went for it. Like, yeah, let's go.
Okay, well that's a slightly easier task than the one I had asked them to do beforehand, which was,
Cool.
you know, TikTok clock.
I appreciate that. Like, yeah, just like you know, do this level. Like, oh nope, sorry, change of plans. Defeat the king of all evil. Oh great, no, that's way easier.
Yeah, if you're really good with Mario 64, just beating Bowser is not going to be a problem. I could have been especially mean and asked her to also get all 8 coins, but I don't think that I think this is good enough.
Yeah, this is fine. We've been through enough tonight, I think, internet-wise.
Yeah, I just give them a softball. They should be thanking me that they don't have to play TikTok clock for 100 coins.
I've seen people play that game. I know that level. I don't want to play that level.
Tina's actually doing really well. These platforms are very slippery, so you slide off them very easily. And of course, one hit and you die, so sliding directly into an enemy, which is very easy to do, can be a big issue.
Wow. Even like the world's most laid-back curling players.
Yep. This game is so weird. This game, like Xander said, is a ninja game. I think it involves you have a bird, but when they ported it to American NESs, they were like, hey, dominoes. And
Yeah, why
Tina
not?
got the goal.
Hey, there you go.
2 points for Tina.
And yeah, Andy is like As chat says, and he's zooming through that level.
Zip zoom. Tina, you don't have to play this level. You're fine.
What if you just want to play more Yonoid, though? It's fine.
I mean...
might not be the best time for it, but...
Yeah. Tina's just flexing. Just straight flexing.
Oh, nice.
The swagger it has to take to go, not only am I so confident that I'm going to win this match, I'm just going to do stuff I don't think I gotta do.
Why not?
Do you have Domino's up there in Canada?
I believe so, but it's a more recent thing, especially since I moved to the big city. Like, I rented Yonoid as a child, having no idea what Domino's Pizza was, and not, like, I wouldn't know in person for like 15 more years or something.
Did Tina die again? Please tell me Tina didn't die again.
Oh, no, Tina is just having some light internet trouble, but she's clearly online.
Okay.
Tina is going to resolve some video issues shortly.
If need be, we'll give her an additional 2 minutes of time or so.
Yeah. How do you catch a Bowser by the tail?
Where's that from? That sounds so familiar.
It's like catch a tiger by the tail.
Oh.
Oh, that's so nice. Just start them right off, and you gave him 2 lives, 2 or 3 lives. That's very nice.
Yeah, I sure was nice with this state. This was definitely my intention. Was to be extraordinarily nice.
Yeah. You gotta be nice sometimes.
Exactly as I planned.
It's always wild to me to like see some speedrunners just like instantly grab Bowser's tail like with like no hesitation. Like how? He teleports.
Like, I'm used to it because I've played a lot of Mario 64 in my day. But like even that. Here we go.
Bowser looking at Mario, my shell is full of spikes. Don't do that.
Oh, Bowser's worried about Mario. It's okay.
Right?
This is just a play.
Yeah, exactly. That's my favorite interpretation of like the whole Super Mario canon. It's just like, yeah, no, they're just putting on a play.
Tina's back.
Tina's back in Noid
the prophecy. Oh no, Tina! What have they done to you? Tina is a marketing monstrosity now.
Unavoidable.
What would you do? It's like it's like Kafka's Metamorphosis for the modern age.
Yeah, that's
Tina
my
has to woke one day to find herself turned into a TV marketing campaign.
That's not too far off from like, you know, my body of work. That's what I do. That's what I write. Yeah, no, it's relatable.
I'm assuming there's going to be some more issues on Tina's screen because I'm pretty sure she would not have just sat on the Yonoid screen for a good 2 minutes.
Okay, so funny story.
Yeah.
Tina's having some loading problems.
Oh,
but it's okay.
MCC, I really hope MCC can get this.
Me too. Oh my gosh. How many times
We're
do you
really
have
close to that bomb.
throw?
Only once.
Really?
Yeah, but if you're not used to it, the throwing. Oh.
No.
The throwing is a nightmare.
Bowser just ran over Mario.
That's
So now the
tragic.
choice is, do you start over or do you pick a different
Oh.
game?
Tina's back up. Oh,
Oh,
we got Noid and Pac-Man.
That was
Two
really cool for Andy.
Two extremely good games.
So, okay, folks got the milk last time. What do they need to do this time?
I'm sorry. This one is a rather simple situation. So there's an auto-scroller directly to the right, so they need to get into the auto-scroller and then complete it. Simple as that. There's no, like, puzzle. There's no trying to get milk. It's just a simple minecart race. No big deal. So the minecart segment for Pac-Man is extremely evil. All you have is you have your slingshot, so you can hit Pac-Man to make him jump, like that, or you can tell him to move faster.
We're being awfully mean to Pac-Man, I think.
I mean, considering all the stuff he put us through last week, I think this is only fair.
I mean, maybe we're just like, gosh, if only we had been. No. You're right. Let's not get mad at Pac-Man. Pac-Man is as helpless as us. Someone gave us a slingshot as the only way to communicate with this poor fella. That's who we should have in our crosshairs. Oh, yes, I believe, let's see. Unless I missed something, MCC should only have 1 point, right?
Faster. Yes, MCC only has 1 point. She did not get the, Oh, that was a mistake. We'll fix that.
Okay, cool.
MCC unfortunately gamed over on Bowser. She could have gone back to grab it, but instead moved on to the Noid.
One day we all move on to the Noid.
He is there for us as we exit this life. The Noid is there to take our hand and escort us into the next beyond.
What are these like little scrolls the Noid is collecting?
I'm not sure what they're supposed to be in the context of this video game. In the other video game, they're like ninja scrolls that have like ancient ninjutsu written on them. They didn't even like change the concept. It's still ancient magical scrolls. Which I guess the Noid is just a wizard?
So, okay, I'm not very familiar with the Noid, but maybe this is not the, like, food mascot we should be teaching ninjutsu to.
This Noid is extremely different from the typical Noid. So, the Noid was a marketing campaign in the late 80s for Domino's. And his whole thing was that you wanted to avoid the Noid. He was a bad guy who hates pizza and wants to ruin it. In this one, he loves pizza and is going out of his way to save pizza using a yo-yo.
Was the Noid like was the Noid some like thinly veiled like attempt to like, oh, the Noid, like, yes, this is like the embodiment of like being paranoid, or is it just like, no, this is just someone who's very annoyed at pizza?
I'm not sure. I think it's supposed to be just annoyed, because paranoid, there was unfortunately someone who was extremely paranoid, and his name was Noid, and he's the reason. I'm not going to go into extreme detail, but he's the reason why the Noid had to be retired. Because he assumed that the Noid was mocking him and calling him paranoid.
Oh, fair enough. I appreciate that the Noid gets to like enjoy retirement now.
Yeah, I do kind of, like, I'll be honest, of all the dumb 80s commercial, like, advertisement things, I actually really love the Noid. I love his design, and, like, I love the classic 80s claymation effect. Like, it's just
Oh yeah,
so good.
that was really good.
Yeah, the Noid was made by the same dude who made the California Raisins.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yeah, so it's the same style, same grace, it's the same funny face.
Aww. I like that. I appreciate MCC's tactic of just not even engaging with the hockey players.
Yep, just jump right over him. Oh man, she was right at the end!
I was just saying
tragic.
how that is a valid tactic.
That was literally right at the end. She's doing well though. I think she feels like she can get this. I think she can.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, Pac-Man is still trying to exit Hades. Don't look back, Pac-Man, whatever you do.
Oh man, don't look back. That's a good game.
Right? There's no shortage of, I mean, or there might be. Anyway, here's to games about escaping the underworld.
Right? How have you been enjoying La Mulana 2 lately? You
Having a
escaped
heck
that
of a
underworld
time
yet?
escaping the underworld.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that sounds like La Mulana 2.
Who would have thought going to heck would be a one-way trip?
Who would have thunk it?
Does that ghost really have to just mock Pac-Man like that?
It just taunts you. Now, the good thing about Pac-Man 2 is you have unlimited lives. So if you mess up, you just get sent back to the beginning of the screen you're on. It is rather kind in that way. It is, however, not kind in every other way possible.
I mean, that's fair. I really do appreciate, like, lives, I am of the opinion that lives in most situations, like, limited lives seems to be an archaic concept. And here we go, MCC did it.
MCC grabbing that point. It is 2 for 2. Ooh, what's this? Double Pac-Man!
Double Pac-Man!
This is extremely not the way to go. This game is so mean and hard. I feel like there are any other choices they could have gone with.
But here we are. So we have 9.5 minutes left. And
both of them avoiding Castlevania, unshockingly.
I mean, death waits in Castlevania. So.
Yes. I literally all I tell them is here you'll be playing Castlevania, and here's the goal: defeat death. And they take one look at that. They've never played Castlevania before, and they go, "I'm good." I understand. That's valid.
Yeah. So as it stands, once 30 minutes are up, if we still have a tie, we have a bit of overtime, I believe.
We do. It is 5 minutes of overtime. And then if neither of them beat the tie by that point, it goes to the person who got the points first, which would be Tina in this case.
Okay, cool. So
if they both, for example, were to continue trying to play Pac-Man for the next 8 minutes.
How hyped are folks for 8 more minutes of Pac-Man?
I'm so hyped. Listen, there's a reason I chose another Pac-Man seed, and it was, well, A, someone told me I should do this, so I did. And B, just everyone loved Pac-Man last time.
I mean, it is very entertaining to watch, for sure.
It is. This one is a lot more different, because it's a little less puzzly and a lot more action-based, which I feel makes it a little more fair, honestly. Even though it is an auto-scroller and is a little bit harder than the milk. You can get the milk in Pac-Man in like 2 minutes if you know what you're doing. But if you don't know what you're doing, you are frankly never going to get that milk.
I do appreciate that Pat, who was one of the Pat Bear, one of the competitors who tried to get the milk in that match last time, made a specific.
Oh no! Oh. That's tragic. Sorry, this is such a long auto-scroller, and she was so close to the end.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's okay. It's like, I will always pause for heartbreak. But yeah, I just want to say, like, I appreciate that Pat, like, went on to, like, do a dedicated stream just to get that milk.
Yes, he did. And he got it, actually, really quickly. I'm very proud of him. no one gave him help. He was like, I'm going to try and get that milk. So he gets 1 honorary point. I told him that. I was like, you get an honorary point. He's like, I don't want that. I didn't earn that. And I'm like, you get it anyway. See, I actually really love this game. This is not a bad game tournament. I'm known for my love of bad games. This is not a bad game tournament.
Yeah. Could be a slightly mean state situation, but no, these are fine games.
Yeah, exactly. There's not a single game here that is bad. I might take that back depending on how states go in the future, but basically there are none that are bad.
Gosh, this level's mean.
It is extraordinarily mean. They're actually both getting really good at it, though.
Yeah. Ah, okay. Yeah, both like learning that. Okay, there's different. Oh my god! Got it! Tina did it.
I did not expect either of them to get through that. Wow, that's incredible. Great job, Tina. Well, that means Tina has 2 games left to tackle, and because I know she personally does not want to play Mario 64 because it gives her mild motion sickness, she's probably going to be moving on to Castlevania next.
And as Pac-Man just like hugs his knees and stares down into the abyss. No! Oh, okay, there was another one there. Oh, thank goodness. I was scared.
Tina, you're good. You can move. I want to look at Pac-Man do this to himself as much as the next person, but
I was very horrified for a brief moment there. I thought that was background. Like, oh no, Pac-Man, no.
This is actually a very close match, all things considered. I'm very proud of both of our contestants. Getting 3 victories out of 5 is very impressive.
Heck yeah. Is there a reason why the counter only goes up to 4?
Oh, what?
Since we have 5 states and each counter has 4 lives, I'm guessing once you reach 5, then
well, I mean, when they reach 5, we're done. they have 1.
So, which Belmont is in Castlevania?
Oh, I'm sorry. Simon Belmont.
Oh, this is Simon. Okay, good.
Yep. This is the first Castlevania game. The hardest level in the game.
Of course.
This is one of the only ones given by me that I did not get. This was this state was made by my boyfriend, Royal Blue Wizard, because I did not want to play Castlevania. It's not that I don't like it. I actually really love Castlevania, but you beat Castlevania once, and unless you're intending to speedrun it, you don't really want to play it that many more times.
Yeah, no, fair. There's I relate to there's games out there that you don't want to play more than once.
Especially considering how far into the game this is. This is the second to last level, I believe. It's been a long time since I played Castlevania 1. I played Bloodlines a lot. I played Castlevania 4 a lot. Those 2 are great. Castlevania 1's good. It's a good game. I don't know if I want to play it that many times.
Gosh, aside from the second one on Game Boy, I don't think I've really played Castlevania games at all.
Really? They're highly recommended. I think Castlevania is a great series.
I believe in MCC, and I believe in Pac-Man.
Me too. Having both of them beat the Pac-Man seed would be the most impressive thing to me. That was close.
Yep, MCC definitely learning. What?
Oh, the timing on that is rough.
That counted? That's so rude.
Yep. Like, the timing is actually not that bad, but like the window, it is more generous than you think. But because of that, it's a little offset. It's not where you think it is.
That's tricky. So we have 2 minutes left. Basically 2 minutes. If Andy can get that point, we get into overtime. If Tina gets that point, then the match is over. I think. I don't think it's possible for MCC to get 2 points.
Yeah, I doubt it. If she had gotten Bowser, this would be incredible.
So this has been a very close match.
It has.
It's been great to see. Like, gosh.
Yeah. I know MCC is a very good friend of yours. Tina is also a very good friend of mine, so.
Yeah.
MCC is actually getting... Oh, no! Ah, she was so close to the end.
She was really
She had, like, 2 more obstacles after that. Castlevania has some really good music.
Right? That's... Oh my gosh. That's... There's a few soundtracks, especially NES soundtracks, that just, like, stay with you.
I can't believe my boyfriend was so kind enough to give them 2 lives. I would not have done that because I am truly evil.
I mean, I think that's part of it. Also, this is like the start of the tournament, so it's
It
like...
is. We'll give the harder stuff later.
Oh no. Well,
nope, that's it.
Yeah,
There's no way for her to be able to get back there in time. Very good showing on both of their parts.
Really close. Good gosh, really close.
That is time. Tina taking the victory with 3 points to MCC's 2. It has been an incredible match.
Heck yeah. Wow. I love it. I love how, like, consistently we've had some, like, nail biters and some really, really good matches here. I'm so glad we're doing this.
Same. If we can, we will have our friends join our call and let us know what they think. All right, Tina's here. Let's move her on. Hi, Tina.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
We can.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Hello.
Hello, friends. That was a very good showing.
Is this? Do you have a weird scraping noise right now?
We do hear some scraping, yes.
Okay, I'm on the right microphone.
That was a very good showing. Very impressive. MCC, you actually, if you had beaten Bowser, you would have won that.
Probably.
It was extremely close, and you were very close to the end of the Pac-Man segment too.
Yeah, if we had gone into overtime, I could have beaten the Pac-Man segment pretty quickly.
Yeah. Just probably another 2 or 3 attempts, I think, would have gotten.
Yeah, it's very like, this is not something that is very easy to do like on a reflex basis. It's kind of the kind of game that wants you to play it and fail and then memorize what you do the next time. I just want to say, in my defense, we did not have a Nintendo 64. We had a PlayStation, and it was my brother's.
That's fine. That's understandable. Tina actually did not play the Mario 64 one.
No way. Absolutely will not play that game.
Apparently that was a good. Apparently that was a good strategic call. What were the games Tina beat?
Tina got Yo-Noid, Pac-Man, and Zelda.
Okay. We actually did almost the same route.
Yep. you moved into Mario for a little bit, but then you were basically the same route for the entire time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, outside of Zelda, my strategy was just the most Kuso to the least Kuso. That was the way I was going to go.
That's actually kind of smart.
Yeah, playing to your strengths.
I'm just remembering the first couple times that I tried the Mario level, I was like, should I be getting this green mushroom? Nah, this isn't a really very hard level. Oops.
We shouldn't have this take too long because unfortunately we don't want to run over and
I know we ran late.
Yeah, sorry about that. My internet worked against me there a little.
Good game, Tina.
I only have yes, good game. I only have one question. Did you both have fun?
Yes.
Of course.
Good. I'm glad. I guess one other question, MCC, are you excited that I actually don't know if you know this because I don't think you were able to watch the Gauntlet last time, but the person who loses gets to, if they want, make some states for the next match for the person who beat them. So
okay.
So for any games you would like, you can give some states to Tina.
Okay, I'll look into that. I will take out my revenge on the world for being angry at Bowser.
Perfect.
Oh, goody.
Exciting. Thank you both so much.
Hi, y'all.
It's been a lot of fun. Goodbye, friends.
Yeah, thank you. Good game.
Good games.
Good game.
Don't go anywhere, friends. We'll be going on for our next match, which is Author Blues versus Kizaron. But we'll run to a quick Twitch ad. Don't go anywhere. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Hello, Sandra.
Hey, Liz.
I'm still very. Last match was not only exciting, but also exciting because of all the technical difficulties. Hopefully, it'll be smooth sailing from here. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Gauntlet. We're getting ready for our second match. This one is Kizaron versus Author Blues. It'll sure to be very exciting because both of them are very annoyed at me for what games I chose. So I'm excited to see how they handle. Before we do, I want to give a quick reminder that GDQ Hotfix is brought to us by viewers like you. So all your bits and all your subs, those go towards helping us put on amazing content like this and speedrun showcases and so on and so forth. All the shows that we do are brought to us by you. So thank you so much for all your support. Let's go ahead and announce the games that we got. I hear some Sonic. I hear some Go Fast. Do you like Sonic the Hedgehog, Xandra?
I mean, I'm known to go fast every now and then. Let me introduce you to my favorite Sonic the Hedgehog OC, Extremely the Tired.
I have a Sonic OC, but I can't say it because it's not PG.
Oh, fair enough.
So we have a Sonic game, but it's not quite Sonic. It's our favorite OC, Golf Ball the Hedgehog. It's a Sonic ROM hack called Snulf, which turns Sonic 2 into a golfing game. I'm very excited to see how they handle this. We also have Glover, where they need to beat the boss. We have Batman, where again they need to beat the boss. Batman Return of the Joker for Game Boy, coming back again. We also have Domino Man, where they need to set up 3 lines of dominoes and then knock them all down. And we have Panic Bomber for the Virtual Boy, where they have to beat the level.
Ooh, wait, so for Domino, it's like, so do like a 3-line combo?
Yep.
Ooh.
Beat 3 screens without losing. Actually, I think I made it 2. Oh, looks like we're getting ready to go. Good luck to our friends. I believe in them. So it looks like Off is going for Batman, while Kizaron is going for Snulf. As you can see, Snulf is very, very interesting because it is, in fact, the same exact game as Sonic, except it's a golfing game. So you have your typical golf controls where you set up your angle and the strength of your shot.
This looks great. This looks like a lot of fun.
Snulf is loads of fun, but the later on into the game you get, the more you realize that Sonic 2 was not designed to be a golf game.
Really?
The devs didn't quite have this planned out. Oh, perfect! That bounce, that death bounce. Oh no! Right back in. Oh, I love this game so much. It is very fun, and it is a ROM hack that is still being produced. I actually really love this game. I've been considering learning how to speedrun it.
Okay, well,
Maybe
do you
someday.
have any form of aftertouch?
Aftertouch?
Like, once you're in the air, can you, like...
Oh,
like,
yes, you can slightly control Sonic in the air, and also while he's rolling, you can slightly control him to either stop a roll faster, like that.
Meanwhile, Batman just having a rough time on a train.
Yep, this is the train level. This was my favorite level as a kid. I thought it was super awesome. It is a quick dash while trying to avoid these enemies. The speedrun is to jump over all of them. The speedrun for this game is like 4 minutes, by the way. I'm genuinely considering picking it up because I've never been able to beat a single one of these levels. But I can now, but as a kid I was not able to beat any of these levels.
Yeah, I always really, really liked the aesthetic of this Batman game, but I never got to play it. Also, on a more technical question, is that parallax on the Game Boy?
It is.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's like a sprite layer back there that's just moving to the left, but where the background is scrolling at a pretty fixed rate. But I'm not entirely sure. Keys is at the boss. Oof.
How?
Now the good thing about Snolf is you get unlimited lives, so as long as you hit the checkpoint, which he did, you're able to get back into it. Unfortunately, you have to really work to get rings afterwards.
Fair enough. Oh no! So what's the par on Emerald Hill Zone 2?
I can do it in about 8.
Alright, fair enough.
Keys has gone a little above that. Honestly,
really like
every single time I play Snolf, the amount of shots it takes is par. That's just I just call it like that.
As a child, I think this was probably my favorite of the bosses, just because I just really, really like the look of it. It's a big Dune Bucky looking car. So yeah, Kizaron doing the clever strat of getting some rings before this is very nice.
Probably smart. Also, another good strat for this is to, as I call it, use your caddy.
Oh yeah.
Because Tails is definitely your caddy in this. So using Tails to, good attempt. Using Tails to try and get a few additional hits. Because Tails moves like normal.
Tails is the one where we're like, Sonic, what are you doing? Sonic, please, just jump on him.
Ooh. Off is at the boss. He just has to beat this boss. Foul ball.
Oh, okay, yes. Batman's, most devious foe.
Yeah.
Baseball player.
I'll be honest, a baseball-playing Batman villain is not the weirdest idea I've ever heard. There are weirder ones in his gallery as it is.
That's fair enough. It's just I can get why someone gets obsessed with dates and time and numerology when it comes to the passage of days and months and yes, calendar man. Okay, yeah, I gotta get but this person's just really into baseball. All right.
Yeah. I'm not sure why he wasn't called Batman. That's not taken.
Maybe that's why there's a feud between them because Foul Ball was really, really angry that Batman made him go with the second.
That was going to be Batman. There's even a game about me, Ninja Baseball Batman.
Oh yeah.
Ninja Baseball Batman is fascinating. That was at a GDQ a few GDQs ago, actually.
Yeah, that's where I saw it. I remember. Oh, there we go. Kizaron beat the boss.
Kizaron getting Robotnik. Now Keys just needs to do the actual boss. Come on, Tails. Be a good caddy. Oh, come on, Tails. Oh, my Tails is just like... Okay, yeah, good idea to get an additional little baggage there. Oh.
There we go.
Good job, Tails. Very nice. Keyzron getting 1 point and moving ahead into the lead.
And Batman just keeps having a bad time on a train. What is this train transporting? Soda machines?
Yeah, it looks like soda machines. Alright, where's Keys going to next?
What a heist for Foul Ball. A bunch of soda
Double
machines.
Batman! This is probably their best bet. I know that they told me specifically that they would be avoiding the Virtual Boy game we have on sale today. Unfortunately. Yeah, probably the first Virtual Boy game literally ever showcased on a GDQ event ever, and they're not even going to show it.
Aww.
I don't even know why I bother.
You gotta keep trying, gotta believe.
I have a feeling that every time I try and give a Virtual Boy game, they'll just ignore it. Tina, I don't get it. Why would they want to avoid it? It's actually it's like the best game on the Virtual Boy.
I'm really curious to see how it would look here, though. Oh, Joker unconvinced with his giant laugh. This is the least convinced Joker laugh. I think I might have played a Virtual Boy for like 5 minutes my entire life.
I can fix that. You want to play more? I actually love the Virtual Boy. It's got a really good library.
Really?
Like how we're talking about the Virtual Boy, and the Virtual Boy game isn't even, like, here.
Yeah, we're talking it up.
Yeah, okay, yeah,
when
you're
it
right.
shows up, people are going to be like, oh, this is the game I've heard so much about.
The Virtual Boy library is, in my personal opinion, the healthiest video game library ever.
Could you go? Oh, that's some good batarang.
That's some good cheese.
You gotta find the cheese.
Oh no, the rings ran out. Oh, the cheese couldn't pull through. Very good attempt though, Alf. Oh, I do need to do an all Virtual Boy Gauntlet. So basically, what I mean by the healthiest video game library is, the Virtual Boy has 3 bad games, which is a far cry better than, say, the Wii, which has roughly 4,000 bad games.
Oh, so it's sort of like Rotten Tomatoes, like freshness rating.
Exactly. And even though, you know, the Virtual Boy only has like 43 games, that's still like a really high amount of okay to good games. Like,
yeah.
Like if 90% of your library is playable, that's not bad. 90% of the Genesis library is not playable. I would know.
I mean, the only way you'd know is if you were somehow trying to play every single last one of them.
Yeah, what kind of crazy person would do that?
It may not be a fool's errand, but it's an errand. Gosh, how does Batman fight against a foe who can and also wield a bat?
The speed strat is to get him into the left corner and just wail on him.
Oh yeah, you just punch him a bunch. Yeah, fair enough.
I'm not surprised that... I'm sorry?
Let's go Mega Man 2 on them. What are iframes? Iframes for me, not for you.
I'm not surprised that our players have gone for this, because this is the game that most resembles a video game that they would know. Because it is like an actual video game and not a weird arcade game or a puzzle game or a golf game. Although Keyzron did tackle a Snolf, and the Snolf stage is actually, I think, really nice. I gave a really nice one.
Yeah, it's a good level. It's good music. It's a nice boss.
Yeah, pretty easy.
All right, rematch.
Hashtag I believe in off. Firm belief.
Firm belief. I finally saw the game that was from.
It's a great game, isn't it? I love that game. Once again, we're out of,
Got a punch.
I don't know.
Batman's running animation in this game looks like he's like really out of breath and has been running and jumping the entire day.
I mean, he probably has.
Ain't fair. Realistic then. See, this is like a thing where like if I was still like, you know, making games at a studio, someone would bring up like, okay, this animation like this looks like a little bit off. I'm like, well, we can't actually redraw it. It's too late. Like, okay, no, we'll just ask the game designer add a line in the loading screen to say like just every single scene starts with Batman having just run onto the scene out of breath.
I honestly wish that all of the in all of the Bethesda games where they have on the loading screens like a little lore, like instead of just lore, they also have in-lore reasons why all the weird stuff that happens in Bethesda games happens. It's like,
oh yeah,
people float in the air because of a magical a magical mineral known as floatonite.
Or no, it's just like that one like minor god who just really likes mischief.
Oh my gosh!
The save! Oh my gosh!
Arthur almost got the strat. That was terrible.
Being pelted over and over. How many lives do you get in this level?
1.
What? Oh, okay.
That's not even me. You can't blame me on that. That's the game. The game gives you 1 life.
Really?
Yep. Well, it gives you multiple continues, but you only have like 1 life. If you lose a continue, you go back to the beginning.
Oh. Do we have continues in this one, or?
I'm sorry. Say that again.
Because I'm wondering, like, because Author Boost keeps like resetting.
Oh yeah, no, you're right. They do have continues, and Auth keeps resetting. That's on Auth.
Oh.
That's not me. Don't blame me for that.
Okay, because that's one of the things about like a situation like this. You can like learn to use the tools, because like you can't use tools to time travel backwards, but it's fine to use the in-game checkpoints and stuff. That's okay. Oh.
This might shock you all, but as a kid, I never beat Foul Ball. Lord help me, did I try? I got to him a lot. The level is actually not that hard. But something about his nearly unavoidable attacks.
I think he's around now.
Oh! He knows the strat though, and that will help him. Also, this music's really good.
Yeah.
Like, really good. The composer is the same lady who composed the Mega Man games. Specifically Mega Man 1.
Oh, nice.
Which, if you listen to it, you can kind of tell. Some of the music actually is very similar. Not in a bad way. It's just like, oh yeah, no, I could see that.
Gosh, Mega Man, that's a series with some really good music.
So, one of the things about... Oh, it looks like...
Oh, there we go! Auth's
got it! Auth has a point. Siege clear! Good stuff.
You're out of here.
Alright, let's see what Auth is going to try and attack.
Oh, Snowfin time.
Time for some Snowf!
Yeah, that's what you do. Of course, you just like take the biggest shot you can right off the bat. So satisfying.
That is, for this level, a bunch of well-timed, well-placed high shots are the correct maneuver. You don't really want to go down below because there are caves and things down there. Yeah, this is a mirror match. Very, very exciting. So again, the other 3 games that they have are Glover, Domino Man, and Panic Bomber. I don't think any of those games are bad games, but I do know that they don't agree with me, so...
So which one? So about the states left, do you think, like, what's the ratio between states that are long and you just have to commit to them, and states where, like, no, you can do this relatively quickly, you just have to know what you're doing?
Glover can be done really fast, and you kind of got to know what you're doing. Domino Man can be done really fast, and you got to know what you're doing. Panic Bomber can be done... Actually, they can all be done, actually, very fast. Like, I personally could finish all of these states in 3 minutes.
Oh, interesting. Oh, no, Off missed the checkpoint.
Oh, that is the worst. I have high doubts Off is going to be able to one-shot this boss, but you never know. Especially not if Tails doesn't pick up a ring. Tails, no!
No!
Tragic.
Oof, starting at the start.
Oh my god, he didn't pick up a single checkpoint. Oh, that is tragic. There's actually, fun fact, in Snolf, there is a mulligan button. Where
really?
all you do is tap, you press and hold both of the buttons at once. And it will send you back to where you are. Or you could load the state, like Off did. That works too.
Yep.
Once again, on hard ball.
Alright.
Come on, Keys. Keys knows a good strat, so maybe he'll be able to pull us through.
No.
Nope.
Okay, let's see if Keys tries to... Nope. I think maybe try...
Did Off just, did Off not get the checkpoint again? Off, please. I hope you got that checkpoint again, sweetheart.
Maybe you don't actually need checkpoints, really.
Yeah, who
Like,
needs
if you're gonna
checkpoints?
win, why would you need a checkpoint?
Oh, Off is so
no.
dead. Oh. Absolutely tragic. He keeps seeing the checkpoint. He's blowing past it. Like, but you can absolutely see the checkpoint on your way down.
Hmm. Oh, that was just a jerk move from that enemy. Also, I really don't like this specific cave in this level.
Yeah, no, it sucks. This path that he keeps going down is slow and obnoxious. Oh, he's getting another shot at foul ball.
Rematch.
That's a really, like, if you're going to name your baseball supervillain, I think foul ball is probably the best pick.
Yeah, I would expect foul ball to be some sort of like combo theme. Oh, there we go.
We got it. Good
Damn.
stuff. Keyzron getting another point.
Yeah. Like, if foul ball also had some sort of like toxic alternate like theme, like, yeah, foul ball, it's baseball and also
Yes!
like toxic waste or something. But oh my gosh, here we go.
All right, it's Virtual Boy time. It's Panic Bomber time, y'all. I hope y'all like red. You gotta love the state, Keys. What are you doing? Okay, thank you. It's Pretty Bomber. It's Miss
Ooh.
Flashy.
Hi, Miss Flashy. Oh, it's a puzzle game.
It is. Off once again, not getting the checkpoint.
No.
Okay, so this puzzle game is it's a block stacker, but it's relatively unique. So the way it works is you can match 3. It's like if you ever played columns. You match 3 in any combination: up, left, right, diagonal. And then the more you match and the more combos you get, the more bombs come from the bottom. And then occasionally you'll get a lit bomb, and you blow up your latent bombs, and it sends junk over to the opponent's side.
Huh. This definitely is one of those games where I kind of like feel I have to learn it by practicing it, but I'm... Okay.
And much like, you know, it's a Bomberman game, so your bombs blow up in the same way that you would expect them to in a Bomberman game.
I see the Bomberman. Okay, I see the Bomberman faces now. Oh no!
By the way, this is the last boss.
Oh,
because the rest of this game is actually extremely easy. I felt like it would be a little too easy just to give any of the other ones. This boss is relatively difficult, but I feel like with a little bit of practice and some general knowledge of how to play block stackers, Keys will be able to take care of it.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm gonna ask, like, why does this need to be in virtual reality? But
I don't know.
I mean, you have a console. You got to make something for it, and I'm pretty sure it looks pretty cool with all the various layers of parallax back there.
Oh yeah, no, it's an incredible game. It is my personal favorite game on the virtual. Possibly by Jack Bros.
Oh yeah, Jack Bros. That was like this weird Megami.
Yeah, Megami Tensei game.
Yeah.
It was the first Shin Megami Tensei game to ever come out in America.
Hey, Off got the checkpoint.
Oh, thank God! Thank you, Off. Off must be like hitting himself. He's just like, I've been able to like get that so many times with no problems. But oh,
And here we go. Of course,
Off's got it.
The attempt, he gets the checkpoint. He then beats the boss.
He just needs to beat the real boss. Come on, Caddy. Oh. Hey, good job, Tails. All right, so that's 2 points.
Tied up.
It is tied up. Keys are on in first, so if neither of them get a single point by the end of this, we will have to give them 5 minutes, and then Keys Run will win. But we still have, you know, a good solid 6 minutes to go.
Nice.
Let's see what Off is thinking of doing next. Yes,
Ooh,
Mr. Domino! Mr. Domino! Mr. Domino is so good. So, this is a arcade game where you have to set up a line of dominoes, stop things from knocking them over, and that's it. Now, Off, I told you you had to knock down 3 in a row.
Oh no!
So by knocking that down, you get points then, but you need to knock down 3 in a row.
Yeah, how do you not knock them down? You just like have to let it sit maybe and not do anything?
Yes. You just wait it out.
Oh, okay. Also, shout out to that big MS Paint cement mixer in the back there. Oh, it's Glover time. There's an... Is that an evil glove?
That is an evil glove.
Why? Okay.
Keyzone's like, can I skip this? You cannot skip cutscenes.
Oh,
But
no.
I felt like it would be important to show this because Glover is great.
Glover is great, and also it's one of these things where, like, okay, well, you can load the state at any time, but if the state happens to be right before a cutscene, well, you know, that plays into it. Gosh, that domino game is adorable.
It is. I actually really love this game. I think it's one of the most underrated arcade games there is. Oh no! Oh no! There it goes. There goes the entire line. Oh, that is just tragic.
No! That's why that's the goal. Of course, that's why that's the goal.
Yep. So you could get extremely lucky and have none of the enemies get anywhere near your dominoes.
That's the patented Xandra strat. You just get exceedingly lucky and just face tank the rest of the way.
We're up all night to have fun, Xandra. I think Off is up to get lucky.
Also, I appreciate the setup of this being like, it's just this man out there setting up these giant person-sized dominoes and having the time of his life.
So I think I should kind of talk about how this Glover boss works. You need to get, all you need to do is get up to the very top with the ball. So you need to bounce the ball up along those platforms, but you need to get the platforms in a way where it's possible to bounce them, and you can do that by slamming them, which was shown in the cutscene.
Oh, that's why the cutscene's there.
Exactly.
Oh, is this it?
Oh, I think Off got it.
Yeah.
Off got it. Now we get to watch them all go.
Whee!
Oh, now that's beautiful.
Ah, satisfying.
Absolutely gorgeous. Very satisfying. 3 points for Off.
All right, so if Kizaron can tie it up in the next 2 minutes, 15 seconds, then we get into overtime.
Yes! More virtual point. Now, it's hilarious to me that this is the one that Off goes for, because he told me specifically that he is very bad at block stacking games and not a fan of them. So the fact that he looked at this, which he actively dislikes, and goes, "I'd rather play this than Glover," I think that's
that's fair.
It says things incorrectly because Glover is an incredible video game.
I also took a little bit of a look at Glover and realized this is probably a game I would not be able to do myself.
Oh, why do you think that?
It seems a special kind of inscrutable that is very anti-Xandra. Oh no, Kizaron got stung by that bee!
Now, the good thing about the bee is it does not actually knock down any of the dominoes. So and all it does is it removes your bonus, which I didn't say anything about the bonus. All I want is to see 3 screens go. So a strat you can do is set up as many as you can, and then if someone's about to knock them down, get stung by the bee, and that resets everything, and you'll be able to more easily set them up. Kizaron has 50 seconds. If he can get this, then that will get us tied up.
That time sneaks up on you.
It does. 40 seconds. This is like a one-shot if Keys can get this.
Oh, but there's that... Oh, no, there's that kid.
Oh, he just needs to get stung. No! Oh, no! Oh, watch it all go! Oh, so much work.
No!
Oh,
I
it's
love
tragic.
I love the little... Oh, my gosh. Just Domino Man running after... No, my dominoes!
There is no way. Oth got his third. Oth wins. Keys was actually in the lead for most of this match. So right at the end, Oth sneaking through. Roses are red and smell up the place. 69 dominoes is no sign of disgrace, Domino Man. And with
That's
that,
pretty nice, though.
we have time. GG to Oth. Oth is our victor with 3 points to Kizaron's 2. Another very close match.
Yeah, that was a last-minute turnaround. Wow.
Great job to both of our runners.
Top score. Why?
Hi, Oth.
Hey,
Hey.
how's it going?
Hey, Keys.
Talk about it.
Yeah, I get it. I totally get that.
You were actually in the lead for almost the entire time, Keys. Off snuck by right at the end.
I felt like half of my controls weren't there for Glover, so I just like.
I gotta tell you, I loaded up Glover in order to test that the controls were working before the thing. I saw a boss and I know Glover, and I said, yeah, that's gonna be a hard pass from me.
Here's the thing. Honestly, I'm the one that won because I got 6,900 points in dominoes.
Crushed it.
All me.
Yeah, that Batman boss sucks, and
Yes,
and
Batman
It sure
Snarf-
does. It sure does.
Snarf's not great, and Panic Bomber is a complete mystery to me, and Domino was perhaps the most playable. But the goal said to knock down 3 screens, but how am I supposed to know enough about this game that means like I had no concept. I had no concept of the fact that if you let it lapse, that it goes on to the next screen to chain them together. I was just told knock down 3 screens. So I was like, I'll knock down this one and we'll move on.
I'm sorry. That's why
Lizzie's in Discord. She's like, you have to knock down 3 screens. I'm like I'm doing? She's like, no, 3 screens at once. Okay, so I'll do them in a row.
I just want to point out that I had no business loading up that friggin' Virtual Boy game, but I was like,
I know, I feel the same way. I was playing Panic Bomber, and I was honestly on a tear. I was playing the game of my life, and I look over on the other side, and I was like, oh, their side's completely clear. Got it.
yeah. See, okay. 1, I'm bad at those kinds of games anyway, so I had no chance. But 2, it's like I kept losing track of what was what because I'm like, these colors suck.
Yeah, there's red and not red. That's your options.
Yeah.
I almost asked you, but like, how is the VR effect? But like, no, you're not playing on the actual Virtual Boy. You're also still playing on RetroArts. That doesn't work.
Okay, in my defense on Snarf, though, I didn't realize until my very last attempt that the left and right buttons do anything in Snarf. I was just like, it's just golf. It's just golf. That's all it is. And so I kept blowing past the final checkpoint.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until my last attempt I was like, oh great, there's other buttons in this game.
There were so many times where Robotnik would come in and I'd be on the left side and I'd be like, all right, I'm going to just like hop up. And then I would start it too early and then the vertical ring would be too low. So I'd do like the smallest bunny hop and he'd ram me into the ground.
and you kept accidentally going in with no rings like over and over again. Oh, I'm sorry, but
I had no right playing any of those games.
It would be us playing those games though, and you know it.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm glad you all had fun. Yeah,
I did have fun. That was a lot of fun.
See, if it were semi-blind, maybe I'd do better.
I know. I was watching the match before us. I was like, they got all the good games, and we're here with Snarf and Glover. I'm sorry. I'm having like a crisis right now. That I recognize the hole that I've dug for myself. That I'm not allowed to be given like Mega Man or Zelda. Like my lot in life is to play Domino until the day I die.
No, to be fair, Ock, you probably don't want me giving you a Mega Man game.
I would take a Mega Man game from you right now. It's better than Red Block and less Red Block. It was so hard to I can't differentiate shapes that well, so that was horrible.
Oh my god, I'm crying.
I'm having a crisis of faith. I look in the mirror and I don't recognize the person I see.
A shell of my former self.
Oh my god.
I'm glad you two had fun,
I
though.
realized that this was the gauntlet of existential crisis. Like,
But
I gotta tell you, I'm a different man than I was when I started this match.
Sandra, please take us.
Yeah, but the great thing is it's a double elimination gauntlet of existential crisis.
no, isn't it? No!
Yes, and now the great part is the second round of the winner's bracket is going to involve states made up, or at least like guided from, the losers of the previous match. So Kizaron, you get to pick like 3 states to unleash upon Oth in the next
Wait,
one.
I'm going from Oth to Brossentia? This is stacked. I'm doomed. I want to recount.
Keys is having the worst time in this
Oh my
matchup.
god. What did I do to deserve this?
You realize, unfortunately, Keys, no matter what your gaming history looks like, the fact that you go up against me and then Brossentia means you absolutely will not ever play a good game.
No, never. This is horrible.
This
This is not
I'm good. Oh, I'm so sorry.
I'm the 6th grade flag football player going into the NFL. Like, this is such crap.
You're gonna get murdered, and then right after Liz is gonna ask you, well, did you have fun?
I'm Krillin! I'm the Krillin of the tournament! I'm just gonna die over and over!
Honestly, Kuso Grande people should have been banned from this tournament. I fully believe that.
I mean, it is an invitational. We're all still learning. Thank you for helping us learn.
Oh,
Yeah,
I had a great
yeah,
time.
yeah.
Thanks for inviting me to beat Kizaron.
Yeah, I had fun despite my complaints.
I'm so glad you two, like, the chat was like really into it. This was a heck of a match. Thank you both so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Of course.
And thank you for watching. Oh, we'll be right back for our next match.
Everyone root for Hobbs to lose.
Yeah, agreed.
Andy and J Hobbs is the 4th match. Next match is Ariel versus Blasphemous Roar. We'll be right back with a quick ad break.
Get done, J Hobbs.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Anonymous Gifter, thank you so much for those 5 gift subs. I really appreciate it. Gift subs like that and bits and everything, they help keep us going and keep us giving entertaining runs and cause me to break down sobbing on stream in laughter. Oh my goodness. Oh, thank you so much. It's with support like you that help keep us going. Hello, Xandra.
Hey Liz, how are you? You doing all right? You doing better?
I'm doing okay. I'm doing better.
Oh, I like what I'm hearing.
All right. So this next match will be Blasphemous Roar versus Ariel. So give us just a few moments as we get everyone set up.
Yeah.
You made a few of these states, Xandra. Why don't you tell us what these states are this time?
Absolutely, I'm excited. So first up, we have Super Locomotive, and the goal is to just beat the level. Flashback, the quest for identity on the SNES, and the goal is to, this is what happens in the Death Tower. Contestants have to reach the save point on level 5. We have F-Zero, they're starting the race, just finish in first place. Easy as pie. Pac-Man 2, back again, and it is When You Know and Love, we have to beat that auto-scroller. Because you can't have Pac-Man 2 without seeing it twice. And Rad Racer, another one where you have to beat the race. This one, I'm not sure if we have not specified a position, it's just beat the race.
Yes. You don't need to get in any position. There's no positions in Rad Racer. It's just get to the end.
Perfect. Yeah, there are positions in F-Zero, and they need to finish first, specifically.
Yes. Very interesting that we're giving 2 racing games. It's very funny because Jal from last week's, or not weeks, the last Gauntlet matches, she was frustrated because her genre is racing, and she's like, why don't we have any racing games? Well, we have 2 racing games this time.
Yeah, one of them has wheels, the other doesn't.
Whew.
So,
Right.
Liz, where does the Super Locomotive come from, for folks who are not familiar with it?
It is an arcade game. It is my personal favorite arcade game of all time. It is an extremely obscure Sega arcade game, only 35 copies. I hope they enjoy it, because I think it's the best arcade game ever made. To be fair, I'm also placing them in the start of level, I believe I gave them. All right, and we're getting ready to go. Good luck
Nice.
to our racers.
starting off, Blessed Remorse with... Okay, so first up, I have started them in 15th position in the first race at medium difficulty.
Oh no!
Yeah, they are about half a lap behind the pack in here, so they will need to fight for their life just to stay in there, and they do need to finish first.
That is especially mean.
But I have given them the best, car for this. They are in the Fire Stingray, which is the car with the slowest acceleration but the highest top speed. So long as they don't touch anything, they got this.
Oh my gosh, Xander, did you know that stingrays are my favorite animal?
Right! They're water
puppies. I love them. They love being pet, and they're just the sweetest things.
Yeah, they're great. I never really saw this car that way, but great. I also very much identify with this car, specifically in F-Zero, because I, too, take a long time to get started. But once I get started, once I get going, I'm unstoppable.
That's the well, not quite the opposite of me. I take a long time to get started, and I'm very easy to stop.
And Blasphemous were immediately finding out, no, yeah, you need to be a little bit faster. So yeah, I am being a little bit mean. Also, I have started them just, if since this is a save state, the cool thing we can do about save state is set up specific circumstances. So when they start, there's a racer on their right who's going to zoom past them. They have enough time to veer to the right. That racer will always be in the same spot. So they can veer to the right and get a boost when that racer bumps into them and get, going. Because that's the thing about the Fire Stingray. You need to do everything you possibly can to go fast and to stay fast. And that means as soon as you get that, turbo from finishing a lap, you should use it as soon as possible so you get that, maximum speed up there. And then you just need to never touch anything.
Now, I assume this is possible.
Oh, yeah, I've done it. I've tried this many times.
Okay.
Basically, you are allowed, 1.5 mistakes.
Ooh.
Give or take. So, Ariel just did one mistake, or that was a big one.
Yeah, that's a big mistake.
So you have to pretty much...
This is real mean.
It's mean, but you can do it. It is so long... Okay, also another trick. There's jump pads in these that give you, a quick burst of speed, but then they slow you down when you land. You need to not actually touch them. If you don't hit the jump pads, if you stay out of the way of the other racers, you're fine. You will absolutely do it with time to spare. You just have to be familiar with that, or keep an eye on your top speed and just see how much it gets brought down once you land from that jump pad.
Is this a bad time to mention I've literally never played F-Zero?
No, it's fine. There's never a bad time to get introduced to a game you've never played.
That's
I like F-Zero.
Very true. Very good point. F-Zero, I had the Game Boy Advance version. I've never played the SNES one that everyone actually played.
Oh, MTI in chat pointing out, you can also hit the jump pad and hold down as you land to get a soft landing and not lose so much speed.
Oh, really? Huh. Fascinating.
Yep, and also they get to use the shoulder buttons to corner a little bit better or to drift from side to side on straightaways.
It seems wild to me. After 2 laps, they're still in 11th.
Oh yeah, no, the way this works, they will be skirting the very end of the pack throughout this whole race, but then in the final lap, you overtake everyone at the start of the pack. Because on the final lap, it's the top 3 and there's no one left.
Gotcha.
I have done this. It's a little bit of a mischievous state, I will say.
We do like our mischief here.
But yeah, if you go into the rough too long, that's pretty much all she wrote.
Gosh, this is harsh.
A little bit.
I'm not surprised that our players both went for this though. because both of them know F-Zero. I mean, most people who are not me know F-Zero. So they're like, okay, I know this game. It's a good game. It's not Snalf. We'll go ahead and jump headfirst into this. They'll be fine.
Yeah. Yeah, no, also Elfie Fate, like in chat, brings up, yes, that's right. They're not allowed to restart the race. That's it. That's what you get. If you lose the race, that's it. But yeah, this one, I tried multiple variations of this, and this one seemed to be like had the most nail-biter potential. But like, see, already, both competitors have learned don't mess with the jump pads.
Yeah, they're picking things up pretty fast. They're picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah. I just love the music in this game. Like another game with an iconic soundtrack.
I'll be real. The only reason I know it is because of Smash Brothers, but like it's still good.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting Captain Falcon is also in Smash Brothers.
Captain Falcon's great. I'm really bad at him, but like I really do love him. He's one of my favorite characters in Smash Brothers.
Oh, I believe. Okay, I was wondering if Ariel was about to switch to a different state, but I believe Blasphemous Spore is about to do it.
Possibly. Oh, yes!
Hey!
We get Super Locomotive! All right, so here we are on round 7. He has 2 lives, and he has to get to the end. Simple as that, right? So you hold right, and you press A to do a little puff of smoke behind you. You can switch where you are on the tracks. If you die, you get put right back where you were, so that's good. Can't run into someone from behind. That wouldn't be good.
This game looks so interesting because you have to keep track of 2 screens at once.
Exactly, you have to focus on 2 screens at once. So the way it is, on the bottom screen it shows, you know, top to bottom, and on the upper screen it shows, you know, the top-down view. Did I just say top to bottom, then top down? I mean, it works, it fits.
Yeah.
So you can see where things are around you on the top screen, and then on the bottom screen, there are things, and they come at different verticalities. So you have to hold down your puff of smoke button slightly longer to hit like the missiles and the planes that swoop down towards you. This game is pretty difficult when you first pick it up. I honestly, so I'm the 2nd place record holder for this game in terms of score.
Oh, nice.
I play this game a lot. It is, like I said, one of my favorite games of all time and my absolute favorite arcade game. And I really love arcade games. So I'll be real. It's really hard for me to determine the difficulty of this state. If it's actually that hard. But it is very hectic.
I can understand that. I can see that. Thankfully, they do have 4 other games, so.
Yes. There are many states where if this is too much, he can move on to another state.
There's so much to keep track of.
He's going for the strat of oh no. He's going for the strat of trying to use the boost as much as possible, which might actually work out in his favor, because he is halfway through this level. You can see how far he is on the middle.
Those punchy locomotives are really mean, though.
They are. They're cute, though. And the music is great. Some of you might recognize this track. This is Raideen, which is by Yellow Magic Orchestra, who is a techno band from Japan in the 80s and 70s. This is an actually licensed use of their music, and it's an extremely good port for 1982. This is 1982. Pretty sure, like, Donkey Kong came out in 1982.
Damn.
And, like, it's the best-looking arcade game of that year, by far. I'm pretty sure, like, nothing had music like this back then. Nothing had music like this, nothing had graphics like this. This is an extremely impressive video game.
As a lover of unique video games, I really, really love what this game is doing.
I highly recommend it. If you've never played it, I definitely recommend you check it out. It's a lot of fun.
I need to look into arcade games one of these days.
Unfortunately, only 35 copies were ever made, so they are extraordinarily rare, and it is my gaming holy grail to own a copy of Super Locomotive, to own my own cabinet one day.
Fair enough. Yeah, I have to assume that's not like a cheap. How do you just buy the board, or would you just buy the whole cabinet?
I would buy the board. I can't even find a picture of what the cabinet looks like.
May never have existed.
The only picture I can find is the one that was from the catalog selling the game, and it's a very tiny one. It was probably like really expensive to make because it was such high-tech technology at the time. I'm pretty sure it's the same soundboard chip that's used in the Master System. Pretty sure it's basically a Master System in 1982, frankly.
Huh. When did the Master System come out again?
85, 86? No, like 84? I don't know. When did the Master System come out?
Really thinking now.
Master System was released in 1985.
Oh.
So yeah, about three years ahead of its time. Which, you know, that's not unsurprising, considering arcade hardware was usually like that. Now the thing is, this game would be a lot easier to play if you were just starting on round 1. Blasphemous Roar starting on 7, so everything moves extremely fast.
Fair enough. Yeah, it's like like F-Zero would be way easier if I hadn't just let them idle at the starting line for like
exactly.
50 seconds.
Yes.
Yeah, but yeah, Ariel is like has devoted like a lot of time, nearly half this match to this state, and yeah, if there's no progress, now might be a good time. But oh my gosh, we have another
Pac-Man!
Another Pac-Man.
So here's another auto-scroller segment in Pac-Man. So much like the other one, you have 2 buttons. Well, one shoots the slingshot, and one tells Pac-Man to do something. This one is higher. So Pac-Man will go slightly up, or if you shoot Pac-Man, he will go down. Higher, higher. The Pac is back.
Oh my gosh, you really need to shoot Pac-Man to make him go down? Oh no!
Yeah. You have to harass poor Pac-Man.
I'm feeling like a lot of things about whoever has decided that their only way to help Pac-Man is by shooting pellets.
Shooting pellets and saying things occasionally. He's actually doing really well. This is a pretty tricky segment, but he's getting pretty far in there.
Nice. Which console is this? Is Pac-Man 2 on?
This one is on the Genesis, but it's also on the Super Nintendo.
Ah, okay. Is there any like marked difference between the two?
No, not really. Same game for the most part. I gave them the Genesis one because that's my thing.
Yeah, no, of course. Yeah, same. Like flashback. I gave folks the SNES version because that's the one I'm familiar with.
Is Blasphemous Roar seriously going to, like, one-shot this freaking challenge?
Whoa. Oh my gosh.
Oh my god, he absolutely is.
Oh my gosh.
That is ridiculous. Wow, great job, Blasphemous Roar. It's certainly easier than the minecart.
Anyway, back to racing.
Move into Rad Racer. So one of the this is the second level in Rad Racer, San Francisco, I believe. You got to press the button to make it go. There you go. It was a 2-shot. I mean, that's still very good. Honestly, I think... Okay, good. I was about to say, I think Ariel's best bet is to switch. Oh! Having more double racing!
Yeah, I was not planning for F-Zero to be such, like, a booby trap of a state, but here we are.
That's a lot of what Gauntlet is it's not just, you know, oh, I can play a game really well and really fast, and I can, you know, pick up do blind racing. It's also... Okay, so I have options. I need to know my own abilities. I need to quickly gauge what the game has to offer, and if I think I can do it quickly. If not, I have to move to another thing. Yes, people are saying in chat the music of this game. I absolutely put the state on that one song because of Homestar Runner.
Oh yes, yes.
Fighting and shout. Sorry.
Blasphemous War does have a point. Where,
oh.
Yep. We were just like so like awestruck by the one shot.
Oh yeah. I'll be honest, I only ever listen to the first song, and I don't listen to these other songs very much. I'm sorry, please continue.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I think I played Rad Racer, but not I played Outrun, but not Rad Racer. I'm pretty sure, like, I had to pick at some point, and then I just never went back to the other one.
Outrun's a good one to choose. Both of them are very good games. I love them both. Rad Racer I grew up with, because I had an NES as a kid.
Same, but I never, like, I had, like, a game on my birthday and a game at Christmas, so I'd only pick RPGs. Because those would last. This is pretty good music.
It is really good music. Challenge and fighting and challenge tonight.
Oof. Those early games really, like...
It is. It throws you to the curb. Like, violently.
Oh, was this game in The Wizard? Oh.
It was. Everyone's favorite movie. That was actually kind of terrible.
Does The Wizard hold up? I've never actually gone back to watch it now that I understand English.
No. It's not terrible. Like, it's not like the worst thing. It's not like Mario Brothers. But to be fair, I think I'd still rather watch the Mario Brothers movie, because the Mario Brothers movie is a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I actually watched the Mario Brothers movie again semi-recently.
That movie tried.
It did.
It went so far.
It did, and it also didn't at the same time. I love that movie a lot.
Yeah.
Yes, the goal of the state is to just get to the goal.
It's one of those games where you have a very, very short timer.
Exactly. You have a short timer, but you have goalposts, and if you make it to the goalposts in time, it'll reset your timer.
Because it's arcade culture.
Exactly.
You want to eat those quarters. I do appreciate, though, like, if crashes are gonna, like, eat up a bunch of your time, might as well spend that time watching the car do, like, cartwheels, like, 20 feet in the air, rather than just, like, have the car slow down and have the driver come out and then, like, look at the car dejectedly for, like, a few seconds.
I love how this has become the racing, the racing match. It's very wild.
Go fast. Or fight to survive if either of the players decide to give Flashback a shot.
Yes, Flashback is probably the hardest, I'd say, out of all these, because it's the most, I don't know how to describe that it's incredibly hard to grok.
Yeah, it's like if you've played Prince of Persia, you will get what this game is trying to do.
Like,
and then it is a mostly like you don't have to fight, though you really should in a lot of places, but it's pretty much just like keep going on to like in one direction until you hit a switch and then go back, take the elevator and repeat twice.
I enjoyed playing that game. I played it for Genesis Quest. The thing I remember most about it is that the controls were really hard to get a handle on, and I kept accidentally pulling out my gun at inopportune times.
Yep, that's what happens in Flashback.
Ariel keeps reloading her save state.
Oh, there we go.
Really fast. Oh,
okay.
here it is.
All right. I was a little bit mean. I set up the state so that if you held right, you would roll into that mine.
Why?
It's funny.
Okay, I definitely did not get this far in Flashback. What is going on?
This is, I believe, the third level where you have to compete in the Death Tower to get something out of it. Also, it's fine if they continue. Like, that's literally where I started them.
Inscrutable, yeah. For some reason, the word that came to mind was that the controls were non-Euclidean because our feeble mortal minds can't comprehend them.
Yes. So basically, to jump, you hold up. To run, you need to hold one direction and I believe hold down the Y button. And to jump forward, you need to press up and Y at the same time. It's a specific kind of control scheme, but this is back when there was no established control scheme for this sort of thing.
It was a very unique game. It's actually a lot of fun. I did enjoy playing it.
It's a lot of fun. Yeah, yeah, no, you need to hold up to actually grab onto that ledge and pull yourself up. Unfortunately, our contestants can't hear me, so...
So they have to figure it out themselves.
Yep, there you go. Now, learning how to jump forward is gonna... Oh my gosh! Also, they are equipped with a force field weapon that spawns a little force field in front of them.
It's very what's that other game that was a lot like this? Yeah,
Another World or Out of This World.
Out of This World. Yes. That game is extremely fascinating as well.
So this first level is just like, it's a bunch of enemies. You can roll, you can dodge them, but essentially you have to reach the switch and this screen specifically, and then activate one of these switches, which opens up the door on the other side.
So out of all of the states, currently Blasphemous Roar has seen every single one of them and is gauging which ones he wants to try. Ariel has only looked at 2 of them.
Oh, really?
She seems to lock herself in. Yeah, she's only tried F-Zero and Rad Racer. I believe because those are the 2 that she knows.
Fair enough. Yes, I do appreciate that there's multiple signs in the Tower of Death reminding people, hey, this is a TV show. People are still being hurt and dying, to be fair, but this is absolutely a TV show. Ah, yes, the Cyber Tower Show. Have you ever been in a game show, Liz?
No, I have not. I guess unless, like, something like this, like Kuso Grande. Does Kuso Grande constitute as a game?
That's a good question.
I guess only Pro Sentra would be able to really answer that question. Mystery Tournament as well would also possibly constitute as a game show.
Are we game show hosts?
I guess, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I'm a little like low key, not full of energy to be a game show host right now. Be like, hey, welcome to the Gauntlet.
Oh, and Rebecca Locomotive. I'm not.
Now here's a real Rip Snort good time. Sorry,
Yeah, I don't know. I do feel like I prefer the genuine approach instead of like, and what games will our contestants be playing tonight, Liz? Well, first off, we have Flashback. Like that would maybe be a little bit too much for like an hour and change.
What do they win? What do they win if they compete, Liz? Trauma!
No!
Sorry.
Yeah,
I mean, I feel like these states were actually relatively, like, they're good games.
Yeah,
I don't think
absolutely.
any of these games were bad.
Yeah, I will absolutely...
to be fair, I don't think any of the games that I gave for Author Blues or Teaser On were bad either.
No, fair. But to be fair, I was a little bit mean with the F-Zero.
The F-Zero one is hard. Like, it's possible, but you gotta be good at F-Zero.
Yeah. I figured, like, well, especially if they both know the game. Well.
Oh, Ariel might get this. Ariel got it!
Oh, there we go!
Great job. We got
Tying
1
it up.
point for Ariel. So we have another 4 minutes, and then if we are still tied up by that point, oh, please do not choose Flashback, Ariel. You will absolutely not enjoy it. Yes!
Double locomotive.
Double locomotive! You really gotta, like, actually know what... Oh, no! Oh, no, that's tragic.
Well... Yes,
She's
yes,
like, you know what? No, I'd rather play the thing that, like, you know, I slammed my head against for 15 minutes before. Or I'd rather play more of that.
Someone in chat brought up GDQ Hotfix Gauntlet, Legends of the Hidden Temple Edition.
Ooh. I do like that.
Yeah, either Ariel figures out the soft landing from the jump pads, or the not touching jump pads at all. Like, those two things are the key to winning. For sure.
Blaster got it.
Oh my gosh. Untying it up.
Untying it up right at the end.
Oh.
So if Ariel can get this in the next 2 minutes, then we can definitely...
yeah, probably has another try at this, and that's it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
we're finishing how we started. Getting back into that F-Zero.
Oh, Blasphemous 4. Dodging those jump pads. But also going over the rough, no. To be fair, neither racer may be aware of just how tight of a deadline they are on for this specific race. Alright, 1 minute left. Don't think it's physically possible, but I gotta believe. Also, Blasphemous 4 are doing some very, very good use of the speed boost power-up going through those. But alas, still... No! No! You can't drive off the track! Oh, goodness. Yes, if you do not take a bump off of the racer passing by at the start, you can still do it. Like, if you don't take that bump, so long as you do a clean race, you can totally make it to the end. You have a little bit of wiggle room. Whew. That is time. Goodness. What an event. I believe Liz is muted, but in the meantime...
Oh! Why am I muted?
Hi.
I've been talking this entire time. How long have I been muted?
No. A minute? 2?
Oh, well, okay. At least it hasn't been that long. Hello!
Hi! It's time!
Hi. It is time. With 2 points, Blasphemous Roar takes the victory, completing Super Locomotive and Pac-Man, and Ariel completing Rad Racer.
How come my states were the mean ones this time? What a turnaround.
Yeah, see, it wasn't me. I gave nice states.
I believe we're going to get our contestants up in voice chat in a second here. Whew. Lots of racing here tonight.
Hey, Roar. Can't hear you, buddy, if you're speaking. Oh. Hello. I heard a noise.
Hello.
Hey.
Oh no,
Hey.
I was checking the wrong speakers. 1 second. Oh, right. I've got you muted because I was trying to make sure my audio would never be a problem. Now I should be able to hear you. And definitely loud, too. Hello.
Hey.
Hi, Ariel.
Hello. Liz, was your experience in the last mystery tournament really that bad? Like,
I
did I
only
really
gave
hurt
3
you
of
so?
those. I gave Rad Racer, Super Locomotive, and Xander's the one who gave F-Zero and Flashback, so you can blame her for F-Zero.
Blaming you for Rad Racer. F-Zero, I could figure out. F-Zero, I realized, was a bit of a trap. After that second time, or maybe the third or fourth, where I got into 7th and then just barely didn't make it and realized that all these cars I'm passing, I'm lapping, and F-Zero is kind of bad when you're in the back all the way.
Yeah, I also was like, oh, I'm passing so many cars, but like half of them were being lapped, so alas.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing with F-Zero is there's a lot of cars out there who just don't count for the placement. And with the way it was, like, you really had to run a very, very clean race to catch up, which was entirely possible, but if you didn't get soft landings by holding down from the jump pads, or if you, like, I think you were allowed, like, maybe 1 or 2 mistakes for the whole race. Otherwise, if you just never hit anything, it was, like, fairly straightforward. You just had to never hit anything, which is kind of tricky in F-Zero.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, I was having trouble with that second lap most of the time, but Rad Racer I found out was kind of fun.
What?
I cut it real close a couple of those times, but I think toward the end I started getting enough speed that it didn't really matter so much. I kind of liked that one.
No straight line NES racing games. Rad Racer, Outrun's a garbage game, and it's so bad. Because the really cool thing about those games is that you're on a curve for a fixed period of time rather than it actually having curves. So it doesn't matter if you're on the inside. The only thing the inside's going to do for you is maybe because you're going to scoot over a little bit. And if you hit the brake, congratulations, you figured out, oh, but there's 3 cars in a line, and it just kind of came out of nowhere over the hill that was on a curve. So eat tree, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I sort of figured out how to mitigate that a little bit with feathering the brakes a little bit, but still figuring it out.
By that I mean I had a lot of fun, and it was definitely not super frustrating.
Oh, sorry, Blasphemous Roar.
But speaking of eating trees, though, like Blasphemous Roar, you like sailed through that Pac-Man treetop.
Oh gosh, you did.
Like
yeah, that was really easy.
It's definitely it is a lot easier than the earlier Pac-Man stage that we gave. I wanted to be a little nicer, especially considering Flashback is, in my opinion, incomprehensible. And
yes. You can see how long I played Flashback. I went back to the RNG nightmare that was Super Locomotive.
Ariel played Super Locomotive for like literally one life and went, no, I'm good.
I'm glad that meaning really came through there, because I was really communicating something with my controller right then.
I mean, the trick to Super Locomotive was to realize you had 2 lives, and just kind of go with it. But what was annoying me with that one is that if you have to be either holding up or down, it seems, in order to transition tracks. If you're holding forward at all, your train will just be like, do I want to go up? Nah, we're good.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna go forward.
It's like an old arcade game that relies on having a 4-way gate or something instead of.
Yep. It is an old arcade game. It's an arcade game from 1982.
I bet that's probably why it's like that.
It's my personal.
Well, regardless, I started the game and was just like, no, I don't want to figure out whether or not I'm like, I don't want to find out how I'm missing inputs because I don't have a 4-way gate on my controller or something. So I was just like, I'll just go back to the racing games. Those are fun.
I was definitely terrified that I had lost it when I only had 2 coming up to the wire there. Like, you saw me turn around and just start eating wall on F-Zero at the end there. And then I was like, wait a second. There might be sudden death. I actually have to do this.
Yep. See, that's smart thinking, because if sudden death is declared, you just keep going. So if you already have some amount of progress, then you just get to keep that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just goofing around because I was like, oh, it's over.
Did you two at least have some fun?
Oh, you know it.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me, and I just like to play. I like to play games, so this was great.
That's good.
Like,
well, Ariel,
I'm gonna go back and grind that F-Zero challenge. Honestly, I think
if you get it, do let me know. I'd be very curious.
Yes, I'll be sure to record it and tweet about it.
On the opposite end of the spectrum, I am going to highlight all these games and press delete. Now they're gone. They're all gone. There was nothing there anymore.
Ariel, also being the loser here, goes on to the losers bracket and is able to select some game states that she'd want Blasphemous Roar to play in his next match.
Oh boy.
So Ariel, you will be playing against the loser of the next match. Very excited. The loser bracket almost filled out. Do you have some ideas about what you want to give for reward? Any ideas?
I just want you to know, Ariel, that I was totally joking about the Elite Four level 100 Magikarp party. That was a joke. That was a joke.
That did come up in chat.
I'm not setting that up. I'm not grinding a Magikarp to level 100. That would be a you thing.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I would to mess with my competitors. You kidding me?
I don't know if I have any any ideas that come immediately to mind, but I'm sure I can think of some stuff. I mean, I've speedrun Mega Man X2, so maybe some X2 in there. But then you were saying that you like platformers earlier, so maybe I'll just give you a bad platformer instead.
Wait, did you just threaten me with Mega Man X for a moment there? Because I mean,
don't threaten me with a good time.
Don't threaten me with a good time. I love Mega Man X.
Yeah, so.
I'm sorry, I'm a Kuso GM. You'll be hard pressed to find something I don't like that isn't Rad Racer or Outrun.
Okay. Well, I did also grow up with Top Gear, so maybe you'll see some Top Gear.
Well, we'll come up with some good ideas for next. Thank you both so much for racing. It was a great race. Very exciting.
Thanks.
Don't go anywhere, friends. Thank you. We'll see you next time. Don't go anywhere, friends. Next up is our final match of the day, Andy versus J-Hobbs. We'll be right back, friends. Hey everyone, welcome back to GDQ Hotfix, and welcome back to Gauntlet. We have one more match of the night. It's been an exciting night, and I hope you all have been enjoying. We almost have our whole first round finished. With our final match, we have Andy versus J-Hobbs. Sure to be a very exciting match. Everyone, of course, I'd hope knows J-Hobbs, but Andy is the reigning champion of Kuso Grande. very well accustomed to these kinds of tournaments, so we'll see how this goes. Everyone give J-Hobbs your energy. I believe in him. Firm belief. Before we get going, I do want to give everyone quick announcements. Again, to let you all know, tomorrow J-Hobbs and Keys are doing their show The First Step, where they'll be playing Biped Co-op, and you can find out about our other shows on gamesdonequick.com/hotfix. And of course, the GDQ Hotfix is brought to us by viewers like you. Thank you to all of your bits and all of your subs. You help keep us going. So, how you doing, Xander? You ready to reveal our final states of the night?
Yes, I'm very excited.
All right. So our first game of the night is Mikey, or our first game of the match is Mikey, which is another arcade game, and the goal is to beat the second room. Second game is Super Mario 6 coming back with a vengeance. Get 100 coins. Cosmo Tank beat the boss of Cybernator, beat level 2. And Rolling Thunder 2, which is beat. So an interesting cavalcade of games here. It's kind of difficult to find games that Andy has. He does this a lot. So I had to throw a bunch of stuff at him just over and over again. And J-Hobbs not very well known for playing games that were made before the PlayStation 1, so.
Yeah, I'm excited. I made a couple of these states specifically out of games that I speedrun, and I tend to speedrun obscure games or games that not many other people speedrun. So hey, it worked out.
All right, getting ready. Good luck to our competitors. Let's see how they do. They're both going for our first game, Rolling Thunder, today. I love this game. This one's a little bit easier than the previous Rolling Thunder 2 state that I gave last time. This is the second level.
Woof, dodging that.
That Panther dodge is incredible. So it's a, I don't know what you call this, like it's not a run and gun, it's like a walk and gun.
Yeah, it's like there's not that many games like Rolling Thunder. It seemed to be like, yeah, that's that game that does this, where you have like a couple of levels, sometimes more, and you like jump between them, and it's so interesting. It's a really like slightly off-kilter concept, and I don't think I've seen many other games do it. But honestly, like back then, you didn't have that many established conventions, so it was a time to try something new.
Yeah, for sure. And I think they turned out pretty good. The Rolling Thunder games are difficult, but extremely fun.
They look really fun.
Highly recommended. This one is on the Genesis. There's also an arcade version, I believe, of Rolling Thunder 2.
I remember playing the NES version of the very first one, and it was something else. Oh no, that guard is just lobbing those grenades. Buddy, you're trying to hurt someone.
The goal of this game, by the way, is simply beat the level. Just get to the end.
And your health is like the little extremely Genesis pyramids down at the bottom left.
Yep. Absolutely.
Gosh, though, this game looks really cool to play. Like, from a spectator standpoint, it's just really entertaining.
Yeah, watching them go through fast. So, Andy's already at the boss of this area, which is a very frustrating boss, but Andy has found... Oh, no, there he goes.
Oh, that boss made our heroine sad.
Now, it does put you right before the boss, so he has multiple attempts.
Oh, nice.
J-Hobbs moving on to Cosmo Tank.
Yeah, one of my
your
favorite
scene.
games. Yeah, this is one of my favorite games of my childhood. So basically, this stage starts them at the very start of Planet Desa, which is the very first planet. However, I have grinded out the best weapon for them. So,
That is extremely kind.
yeah, because like the thing is, like, this game is like forgiving but also unforgiving, because when you die you lose your powered up
And he got 1 point.
Wow, that was... Take my attention off 1 second, and there we go.
Right?
But yeah, and Cosmo Tank did so much for a Game Boy game indeed. It's like, it's so many combinations of gameplays, but getting to the end of the first planet when you don't know the game is a bit of an ask. So I gave them like the best gun because I didn't want like this to be a grind fest. Like, no, you have the best gun, just don't die and make it to the end. It's a fairly straightforward level. Oh, by the way, it's also a first-person shooter. And so long as you make it to like through the very simple maze, if you just keep your hand on the right-hand wall, you will make it through. It's totally fine. Like,
Xander, I'll be right back. Just
okay.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna keep talking about Cosmo Tank.
Keep talking about Cosmo Tank, please do.
Yeah. Gosh, I love this. And also, yeah, see, the Cosmo Tank dungeon segments are little mazes, and these enemies don't really, like, they don't count as the boss, but the little mini bosses like these will give you other bonuses. Such as either they will sometimes show you the map, they will refill your health maybe, or a lot of the time, if they do nothing else, they would at least lower the health of the final boss of the planet, which can only really help you. So this is a little bit about orientation, and there we go. J-Hobbs found his way through the first dungeon. There's going to be another one of these, and then at the end is going to be the boss. So this is not like, you can do this. It's a very straightforward challenge. Oh, by the way, there's mines. Be careful, don't go into the mines. Just as I was about to say that, yeah. It's like, I gave them the best weapon. They have a decent amount of life. This shouldn't be too difficult of a situation for them. As opposed to 100 coins on Rainbow Ride, which seems like, for me, someone who has never played Mario 64, this seems like a bit of an ask to ask someone to get 100 coins on that level. However, it does seem that I believe this is a game where both players have played this in similar-ish amounts, so this seems to be a rather fairer situation. And J-Hobbs already in that second dungeon. It's like, the map for this one isn't too complex, so if you just like pick wherever, you might just end up on the boss. Or in this case, the mid-boss, but thankfully with the Wiggle Beam, the most powered up weapon, you can just make it through that fight easily. You can even damage, you can win the DPS race so hard the enemy doesn't even have time to shoot. I'm excited for J-Hobbs to find the boss though. Nope, just another mid-boss. I believe that is all of the mid-bosses of this planet. There's really only the boss left, and I believe this was the map also. Yep, there we go. This dungeon is tank-shaped, which works well because you are currently a tank in this game. A really cool-looking space tank.
How's it going?
Going well. Andy, 3 coins away.
Oh!
And J-Hobbs, almost at the boss, has cleared out everything else.
Pretty solid so far.
Yep. It is up to, like, can J-Hobbs interpret the map data and also, like, remember, like, where he's been in this dungeon. This is always, like, trouble for me because I have a terrible sense of orientation. One more coin for Andy. One more coin.
Do not fall off, Andy. I swear.
Here we go. J-Hobbs at the boss. And dead. So this is going to be considerably more difficult because now J-Hobbs has lost the most powerful weapon. However, this is still the first boss in the game. It's like, you can just learn the pattern, don't get hit. And and by the way, in this game, which probably something that you will find through trial and error, to not get hit means you don't have to be looking at the shot that's coming for you. If you don't see it, it can't hurt you.
Why is it doing that? Oh my gosh, that flashing.
Oh yeah, that's the bomb. You have a bomb sub-weapon that clears the screen and also clears some walls.
I never use that. Well, Mario 64 is finally taken down.
Yeah, that was like, dang, that's straightforward.
Time for that hot double Cosmo tank.
So yeah, it is a battle of attrition now. So long as J-Hobbs gets a good idea of how the boss moves, knows how to avoid getting shot like that, then it's just a matter of doing it.
That's unfortunate.
And Andy just needs to figure out that you need to bomb these, and I'm pretty sure he has wandered into the base with the person that tells you need to use bombs to clear the walls. But I just love this game so much. It's just such a good time.
It's that blue flashing. Very interesting that it's... I guess there is blue on this screen. I was about to say, you don't see blue on a Game Boy.
Yeah, it's this is just the default palette for the Game Boy.
You ran this game at Frankfurt semi-recently.
I did. I love this game. It is I currently hold the world record thanks to Jal, who is in this tournament.
Yep.
Jal uncovered a shortcut during a first-time race between a bunch of folks, and that was enough to bring the record down to 27-ish minutes or something. So I'm fairly confident our runners will be able to get this boss down. Even if you manage to wipe out completely and use all your lives, you still start here. You just lose any experience, and that means you get a shorter health bar. But you can still apply what you've learned. It's still totally a worthwhile investment of time to keep at it. And Andy has figured out how to get that barrier down. People in chat are hyped for Cybernator. I also want to see Cybernator a whole lot. What's your opinion on Cosmo Tank, Liz, having gotten to know it?
I like this game. I think it's actually very good.
And here we go.
Oh.
J-Hobbs did it.
J-Hobbs taking down the boss and getting 1 point. Very nice.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what he goes on to next.
There we go.
Ooh.
Heck yeah, it's Cybernator time.
Filling up on the games that Sandra has chosen.
Let's fly some robots in space.
I think that's probably a good idea, though. Try to avoid as many games that I like as possible. Because I like them, that means they're probably not very good.
So yeah, you do get continues in Cybernator, but it doesn't really it is more efficient to just restart the state. And this level is a little bit different because in Cybernator you have these big levels. You're piloting this giant mech. In this one though, this is you're approaching a base. So you fly in with this little rocket pack, and it's sort of a shmup segment.
Yeah, this is very shmuppy.
Yep, and then once you make it past the shmup segment, then you detach from your rocket pack, and then you get a little zero-gravity platformer. And then you need to go fight a boss.
Ooh.
Also, yeah, you do have other weapons. J-Hobbs is finding out about the punch. The punch is really powerful, however, you have to let it charge. And that's something that might not be immediately obvious. Nope, here we go. Second half of the level. This part is really tricky because you're a platformer, but looking up makes you go up, looking down makes you go down. And something very important is J-Hobbs will have to understand that these little gray boxes contain power-ups and health.
currently skipping over them. I'm not surprised. They kind of blend in.
Yep. And one of these also contains a hidden weapon, which launches a bunch of missiles. That weapon makes very short work of the boss. Oh no!
Andy being taken down and losing his weapon.
Andy now forced to use the base weapon. Okay, I'm not sure J-Hobbs can do this with 1 health and no missiles. Ah, that's unfortunate. So yeah, you do have to do this whole thing in one go.
Oh gosh.
Thankfully, if you find the missiles and they're at the top of the level, they're fairly easy to pick up. You will have an easier time. They pretty much destroy everything.
Good music.
Yes. Oh no, the Cybernator music is really, really good. This track specifically happens every time you have like a level where you're just like really cruising along. I think I've heard this track used in like some Super Mario World ROM hacks.
Is this Sorry, got a message. Alert. Windows alerts are always extremely loud. Is this on the Super Nintendo?
Yep. This is a SNES game.
Well, that explains why I've never seen it.
Fair enough. I rented this as a kid and just fell in love with it. Much like Cosmo Tank.
Yeah.
And yeah. So we're just about halfway through, and Andy has beaten 3 challenges. J-Hobbs has beaten 1, and when we reach 30 minutes is whoever has the most wins, and if it's a tie, then we get... Oh, there we go. All right, J-Hobbs inadvertently picked up the missiles. I wonder if that's going to be enough to...
No, he has so little health.
So little health.
You saw there was a P there, so he saw that P.
Yep, the like letter P means it's a power-up that will like level up your weapon slowly. Whereas the little H gives you more health, and the W is a new weapon.
It's in Mario.
And M is for Mario. Oh, interesting. I'm told that the Cybernator music composer also did Brainlord, another game with some good jams.
Ooh.
And he's done it. There we go. It's now 3-1.
J-Hobbs is trying to go for speedrun strats. Those are not easy. Oh, Cybernator time.
There we go.
Good speedrun practice.
Yeah. I mean, save states are great for that.
Yeah.
I used to be like a stout believer in you never reset when you're speedrunning, but now I've gotten to like understand like, yeah, no, sometimes you want to practice a very specific tricky bit.
For the record, both of these players have speedrun Mario, but they do not speedrun categories that require getting 100 coins in Rainbow Ride. So they know the game relatively well, but they don't know the exact routes or where to go.
Someone is mentioning Front Mission Gun Hazard. I believe that is the same developer as Cybernator. It's a very similar game.
Such a name. Front Mission Gun Hazard.
Right?
Gosh. It's powerful.
Oh, Andy has found the missiles. So the missiles are great, however, they are limited. Like like the weapons have that little bar next to the number in the upper right corner. So the Vulcan, the regular like gun, uses that as a clip. When it's empty, your mech will need to replenish it. The punch is a charge, uses it as a charge meter. Missiles use it as a overall ammo. Once you run out, you run out. You will not get more for the rest of that stage. So you have to be a little bit careful. Yep. Also, there is, this is like a little bit tricky because you're going up and down, but you can lock your orientation with, I believe, the L button.
Andy's at the
Andy
bottom, doing
yeah,
pretty well, but low on health.
Yep. And Andy being a Kuso Grande veteran, I would expect him to like be familiar with the concept of like, yeah, you got to try all the buttons.
Yep.
But using some good safe strats. The boss is really getting low on health.
Is he?
Yep. That's the second phase, second form. No.
Oh no! Very close.
And
Jumping right back in. All you can do.
Yeah, the fact that that state is at the start of level means you do have to do the shmup section again, but once you get good at it, you can like reach the other part with a bunch of health, which will help you. But the boss does drop health near the midpoint of the battle if you keep destroying the little satellites, so you... Like, this is a fairly, like, generous part of the game still. It's only the second level.
Yeah, J-Hobbs needs to reset. He only got one of the blue coins, and those are extremely required.
Oh no!
He may not know he needs to reset, but he really needs to reset.
Oh, that sucks.
People are saying you literally can't get the 100 without them. Like, I'm a little surprised that, Andy got through this as easily as he did, because this is not an easy state. Especially if you don't play Super Mario 64 a lot, it's really bad, but because they both do, I was like, you know, they can handle it.
Yeah, fair enough. Also, yeah, the Cybernator level really shoots a lot of stuff at you if you just try to muscle through the middle part.
Yeah.
Alright, boss time with very little health and I believe no missiles? Or did Andy keep his missiles for this? Also, unfortunately, 1 point away from leveling up the Vulcan. If he had found one more power-up, then all his bullets would be doing way more damage.
Oh!
No.
That missile hit.
So 10 minutes left. Andy still has a very lead. And goodbye, Cybernator. We are going to something else.
Yes, Mikey! Oh, now Mikey is a classic. This is an awful, awful game. I hate this game. But, yeah, so this is an arcade game. The goal of Mikey is to collect all the hearts. Now, the kids are currently sitting on the hearts, so you have to knock them away, so you have to bump them. Not using your bump attack, as you would expect, but instead you have to just kind of, like, nudge them a few times while next to them, knock them off of their seats.
Why,
you can sit back down and the teacher will leave you alone. What was that?
What is, like... I'm just trying to comprehend what's going on, where, like, the student just gets up and starts pushing fellow students off their chair.
Yep. And, you know, headbutting his teeth. And
my God.
not quite sure what to do. Not that I blame him. I'm very glad we got to see Mikey at least once.
What a strange game.
This game is uncomfortable, yeah. Also, this music, I don't know if you recognize it.
I believe it's A Hard Day's Night.
It is A Hard Day's Night by the Beatles. I think it's actually licensed.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's actually licensed. But I'm not entirely sure.
I'm teaching the class now.
J-Hobbs falling off a rainbow ride and
yeah, understandable.
Really getting mildly frustrated, unfortunately.
Double Mikey.
Double Mikey! Now we can... Oh! Looks like Andy has figured out the goal is to nudge the students to collect the heart. You can nudge students that are unnecessary for extra points, but I'm not sure why you would want to play this game for much longer.
Liz, all students are necessary.
Oh!
They just need to clear this room and that's it?
Yep. No, you have to clear this room and then one after. There's another room after this. There are... It's one of those games where there's only like 4 levels, and once you beat it, it loops.
Oh, wild.
So I only gave them 2 of them, even though you could do a full loop in 2.5 minutes. They won't do it in 2.5 minutes because this game is actually really hard.
How long does it take one human being to write E equals MC square on a blackboard?
That large?
Fair enough. It is. Those are big numbers. Wait, this says high school. What are the other settings?
Wait, what?
At the start it says high school. Does this mean like this like
I don't think there's like college.
Oh wow.
I don't know. I don't think so. The other there's like it's a PE There you go. All right. So then you got to go in the other door. It tells you to go in. Got blindsided by the janitor. Yep. Alright, gotta finish this room. So this one, you can pick up basketballs in order to chuck them at the the enemies and stun them for a little bit. And in this one, you have these jar of hearts. Pretty sure that's a song. And you have to fully break them. You hit them 3 times.
Mikey is breaking glass jars with his face?
Yep. This game is bizarre and I hate it.
And it's here. Okay.
You would think I'd like it because I like bizarre and kind of bad games, but no, it's just kind of frustrating. By the way, what?
Well, you know it, and that's why it's here.
Yeah, yes, exactly. Andy is actually doing incredibly well on headbutting the opponents. The range on it is terrible, and it is not at all what you would expect. Oh my gosh, Andy's about to win it.
There we go.
Oh my god, Andy, how? Well, that's 4 points. Andy has 1 more game to do. That's Cybernator.
That's Andy. Well, hey, 4 minutes of Cybernator. Let's go.
Now, I do not believe that it will be at all possible for J-Hobbs to catch up at this point. However, we'll still let them finish out this match. Let them play as much. I'm sure J-Hobbs is having loads of fun with Mikey. An arcade game from the 1980s, which is definitely up his wheelhouse. The kind of game he plays constantly, I'm sure.
Gosh, it's always like a little bit wild to see this level of Cybernator being run with the default Vulcan weapon, because usually you have it leveled up, but it's still a little bit tricky to find all the ways to level it up. But in the speedrun, in the napalm-less speedrun of Cybernator, usually try to level up the Vulcan on the very first level so that it just makes everything else like way smoother.
Makes sense. Is this another one where if you die, you lose it?
Nope. Thankfully, dying just makes you reset the stage. You keep everything you get, always.
Oh, that's extremely kind.
Yep, I mean, I guess though, like, I believe it's one of those games where, like, well, it saves at the start of the level. So you need to recollect stuff you've collected, but you don't lose anything apart from lives. And you have 3 lives, you can never get more, and that's it.
Oh.
No continues, nothing else. If you lose your 3 lives, you start the whole game over.
That does seem pretty hard.
Not the most marathon safe game, but it's pretty fun. But Andy found the health. Did not get the missiles, but honestly, I think, like, knowing the strats. We're gonna get full clear. 2 minutes left.
We might get a full clear. I'm not surprised it would come from Andy.
Yep, fair
Andy,
enough.
for those who know anything about setting up tournaments, there are, seeds, and Andy is top seed, unsurprisingly.
Yeah, double, like, 2-time Kuso Grande champion.
I believe. Is it 2? I think it might be 3 at this point.
Oh my gosh.
He definitely won the invitational.
Does that count?
I mean, it's a Kuso Grande.
Fair enough.
Right,
this boss just throws so much at you, goodness. Okay, managed to actually get the health.
J Hobbs going on record in chat of saying, "I don't think I understand 3 of these games."
No.
Which that's a gauntlet.
45 seconds.
Oh, did NPC won the invitational? That's right.
It's me, Mario.
It's him, Mario.
It is.
And that's that.
There we go. 30
There we go.
seconds
That's a
to go.
full clear.
First full clear of the GQ Hotfix Gauntlet.
That is ridiculous.
Mario.
Andy completely clearing.
Hello.
Well, GG.
GG indeed. God.
Fascinating. Those are not, like, extremely easy states either. They were... I gave them as hard as I could. It was kind of hard finding states for them, though.
I'm glad some of mine were able to, like, be up for the challenge. Goodness. What a match.
Yeah, me too, Mario. That's exactly how I feel right now. Well, let's go ahead and get them in here if they would like.
Hopefully they would like.
Oh, there they are. Me too, Mario. Hey, friends.
Hey.
What just happened?
Video game.
You played 5 very good games.
No, that didn't happen. I know that didn't happen.
I played 5 playable games.
Oof. See, I didn't actually choose all of these, and one of them I actively hate. So.
Yeah, but knowing you, that's going to be SM64 or
No,
something.
I actually like SM64. It was Mikey. I can't stand Mikey.
I had no visual feedback in that entire game, and I have no idea what was going on. And all I was doing was listening to a definitely not licensed version of Hard Day's Night.
Definitely not licensed. Rolling 2 was just Codename Viper with a different coat of paint.
Wait, what was that?
Rolling Thunder was just Codename Viper with a different coat of paint.
I think Rolling Thunder came first, but yeah, basically.
Yeah, I think Codename Viper is the one with a different coat of paint.
Probably, but even then, that's how I know. That's when I understood what I was playing. I was like, oh, wait a minute, this is just Codename Viper.
See, I've never heard of that game.
Yeah, Rolling Thunder is Codename Viper with pants.
I'm sorry. I should have also asked if you knew every game that it was kind of like.
How did you like the games? Like any standouts?
Well, Mario 64 made me a lot more nervous than I thought it would.
You powered through that though.
Well, I know, but I still miss one of the blue coins. Like, what do I do? This way.
J-Hobbs, you missed like almost.
I missed like all of them. Yeah, I got one. The last time I played SM64 was on console, and it turns out it's a lot different on emulator.
Last time I played it, it was also on console, and I was also very drunk.
Oh gosh.
It was also on HDQ.
But yeah, I don't know. For me, what I tried to do at the very end was go back into SM64, leave the level, and go get 100 coins on a different level because you didn't specify. But my controller broke, I guess, so it wouldn't work anymore.
And I think you both finished the Cosmo Tank state.
Yes. What did you think of that?
I thought it was an alright game. I didn't realize what the bomb button was. I was trying to press square, and it was actually circle.
I just had no idea where I was going that entire game.
Then I found a big space monster, and I was like, "Oh, is that the boss?" And it just one shot me, like, "Yeah, it's probably the boss."
Yeah, I fought like 4 things I thought were going to be a boss, and then finally I got to one that killed me, and I was like, "Oh, that's probably the boss," and I just stuck at it.
That was my fault.
Yep, all the other mid bosses did chip away at the health of the final boss, so it was like it was a little bit confusing, but like eventually
so doing the other bosses actually lowered the final boss's health. Is that why it took me 5 minutes to kill it?
Yep.
It still took me really long.
Yeah.
Like
they have a lot of health.
Yeah, they're bullets punches.
We gave you the most powerful weapon, but when you die, you lose it.
Oh, okay.
That explains why all the other ones were so much simpler. We agreed to start on Rolling Thunder 2 because it had banging music, and I got up to that statue, couldn't figure out what to do, and bounced off that real quick.
I died once, and then it made sense. It was a tracer to say where it was going to shoot, not where it was actually shooting. It was a tracer, not actually bullets, until it fired the gun.
What? I'm still confused. I don't understand.
It basically had like the dotted line thing was actually it aiming its gun.
J-Hobbs didn't get to the boss.
I didn't get past a statue.
Oh,
I got like 3 feet
statue.
into the level.
See,
you're able to jump like up onto the upper
railing. Yeah. Oh, you meant that. That's where the Codename Viper experience came in. It's like, wait a minute, what if I just hold up and jump? And then I'm up there now. All right, I'm playing Codename Viper. Great.
Well, I hope in spite of the confusion, I hope you both had fun.
I did. Video games are fun.
I think I'm gonna stick to stuff that's a little newer though.
We'll try to give some newer stuff.
Visual feedback's so
Next
hard
time.
in old games.
That's absolutely fair.
J-Hobbs, I don't know if you know that since you lost, you will be going to the losers bracket, and you also get to choose the 3 of the states if you would like for Andy's next match. 3 games that he has to play.
He gets to punish me
For
for
revenge.
my sins.
I'll have to think on that.
Of which there were probably many.
So we have our losers bracket. That will be the one we see next time. That's J-Hobbs and Ariel, Pat and Joel, Andy, Some Girl, and Brosentia and Kizaron. It'll sure to be a very exciting time. That one, if they lose, they will be knocked out for good. Which they might be thinking to themselves, that sounds like a great idea. But hopefully at least they'll walk away with something.
Why would I want to lose this? I'm actually playing games that aren't Kuso.
Yeah, we do try to give good games.
I mean, isn't Mikey a Kuso classic?
Mikey's pretty not great. It's not necessarily great. It's not necessarily bad games. It's all over the spectrum.
It was definitely a bunch of playable games.
They were games you could play.
A bunch of playable games and SM64.
I'm still trying to figure out what console Cybernator was on. Like, that's where my mind is right now.
Cybernator is SNES.
Okay.
Yes.
It's a very complex game. It's a mech game. You had like every single button gets used. There's like weapon switching and power
I
ups.
could not understand how to aim my gun whatsoever, by the way. I was just kind of floating through the vacuum of space going,
I believe it's L.
All I found was a punch versus a gun, and that's what I got.
I found missiles in one of my attempts, and then I lost them when I died.
Yeah, the missiles are like pretty good, but you only get a certain amount of them. It's like, yeah, if you hold L, you lock your weapon in place, which really helps considering
So helpful.
Yeah. I mean, like, when I was saying, like, it's like you got to try out all the buttons.
I tried it when I was in the auto scroller section, so that's why.
There's an auto scroller. I'm finding out all things about these games now.
I was trying L in the auto scroller section. It wasn't doing anything. So I was like, oh, I guess it doesn't do anything. And then I got to the regular level, and I didn't even think about trying it again.
Right. Yeah. No. They do take away some of the functionality in the auto scroller. Oh, that's devious for that game.
Very
well, great job, friends. Thank you again so much for competing. I really appreciate it, and everyone really enjoyed the match. Do you have any last words? Anything else to say?
No, thanks for having me on.
Yeah, thanks again for having me. Thanks for inviting me, and thanks for reminding me too, because I completely forgot.
No problem. Well, thank you all so much for watching. This has been the Hotfix Gauntlet. We'll be back 2 weeks from now. 2 Wednesdays from now. It's every other Wednesday. We'll be doing the loser brackets next time, like I said. So I hope to see you all there. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and rate a good friend, someone we saw a little bit earlier, Author Blues. Go give him our love, and we'll see you all next time. Bye, friends. Have a great night.
Bye.
Bye.